Welcome to the podcast where we're harvesting humor, planting delight. Join us, Iona and Cammy. Let's have some fun. It's time for Fed by Farmers.
Hello and welcome to the Fed by Farmers podcast with me, Cammy Wilson.
And me, Iona Murray.
We are back with another interview. We have Mr. Ali Hunter Blair, no relation of Andrew Hunter Blair, as we'll confirm in this. If you're a local person, you'll know who I'm talking about. And Sophie Gregory, a big-time dairy farmer. Big time. Ali's the Arable guy. And he's had pet sheep in the past. And Sophie is the dairy girl. She's got an organic dairy farm that she runs, and alongside with her husband, he runs the conventional dairy down in the southwest of England. Lots of chat about that, chat about politics. Some folk don't like talking about politics.
I'm with you.
They're from the Meet the Farmers, the big debate podcast team. So Meet the Farmers podcast, they do a big debate series. It's a great podcast anyway, but do check that out. Ben runs that one, and it's just more good farming podcasts if you're working and want
They're
to
really
listen to
nice
something.
guys. They're made for presenting.
Oh, very
Aren't
good.
they? They're
You mean because
very...
they're very aesthetically pleasing?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
And also just like...
Ali's got a real Prince Charming look about him, and Sophie's a bonny
Yes,
lass as well.
beautiful,
So yeah,
yeah.
they've got that TV face. No,
yeah.
that is.
No. No.
No.
Just listen to us.
Yeah, just listen. Even my voice isn't particularly. They're very good. Well
I've got a
spoken.
good voice.
You've got a very good voice. Private school, also good. Like see, when I'm editing, I've always got to kind of lift a lot. Your voice is just whatever it does. You have a different microphone right enough too, but it just the mics like it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it just must be good, clear pronunciation of the words. Enunciation of the words.
Yeah.
It just makes it really easy to edit, and it cuts through as well. Like that's where people obviously like you, which is I just find amazing. But like it's good when it's like usually with guys. It's so often it's guys. Although we've done a lot of females too, but so often it's guys, and it cuts through the dull tones of us, and you come in with that laugh as well. It's infectious. Brightens everybody's day. But right, well, we play the podcast, we'll listen to the chat.
Yep.
And then we will do a debrief at the end.
Perfect. I just want to just say that the shop in Sturton is also open at the moment. Monday to Friday, 10 till 4. Just for people, I think people are a wee bit unsure about times and stuff that we were open.
Okay, I'll put it on Google. But yeah, we're Monday to Friday, 10 till 4 just now. We've stopped the weekends just now. But Monday to Friday, 10 till 4 if you want to do that. We've got lamb and swan dries and
lamb.
sheep
Loads
game.
of folk have been in to get the lamb.
Is that good? I need to post something on sheep game, ain't you? I'm the worst marketer.
No,
Well,
you
actually,
just
about
don't
to start
market.
this podcast, we've not even thanked the sponsors.
Yep.
And every week we say,
know.
why don't we mention the merch?
I know. I know.
But see if you watch the sheep game, and you guys cut like only at Christmas time, before Christmas, and at lambing time is the only time I mention the merch.
Yeah. Folk are so good though.
Oh, I appreciate the support. And that's partly it because we are doing well.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Also, like, I appreciate folk come and see us at the shows and all that stuff, so they don't want it in their face all year.
No, oh God, no. It would put you off. See if you're watching stuff and folk are just constantly trying to sell stuff to you.
Yeah, but on that note, Fed by Farmers hoodie. This is Beef Game I've got on. We actually now have all the Fed by Farmers stuff on the Sheep Game website.
Yeah, it's easy.
So-
Save on postage.
So save on postage because people are wanting to buy bits of everything. So we put it all on that, or you go to fedbyfarmers.co.uk. Thanks to Herdwatch and Crystalyx. We'll hear more about them in the podcast. Let's dive in and get going. Long
go.
intro. And we're joined by Mrs. isn't it? Yeah. Sophie Gregory and Mr. Ali Hunter Blair.
I'm glad you didn't call me Mrs.
Well, it's 2026. There's time yet. That glorious hair of yours. The Prince Charming hair.
Thank you.
I should say we have a lot of local listeners, and Hunter Blair is a well-known name locally. We've discussed this before.
I was going to say that.
I know it is the most random. There obviously is a connection. There has to be a connection somehow.
Yeah, there's a Hunter Blair up here somewhere, isn't there? And
Yes.
I think they've got loads of money, but apparently we're not related. And trust me, I have searched.
Yes, Andrew Hunter Blair that works at Air Market has lots of money. Pass that word around, please. Let everybody know. That is who you're referring to. So yes, great to have you up here, guys. Thanks for travelling up.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
How was the journey? EasyJet?
Yeah, EasyJet.
EasyJet.
Got a great Uber driver, came and got us. Ford
Thanks,
Puma. We normally get a Prius, but actually got a Ford Puma today. Very chatty. Arrived a mile away from the farm and went, I don't know where I am.
Come here with the Cochrane.
The maps did. Is that because of the bad traffic?
It must have been. I don't know, because I was like, I have no idea where we are. It's like 1 minute away.
Did you put the maps to mine?
Yeah.
I tell you, you've dodged a bullet because that truck driver said it took him 40 minutes to get from Bill to View.
Oh, it saved you.
No way.
There you go.
And usually that's like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So he says
That
there's
must
something's
be
happening on that road. So that's why the maps took you the back road.
Took me an hour and 40 minutes to get to the airport.
Yeah, I don't know what's
With
going on
traffic.
today.
Really? That's mental.
But even for normal day traffic, I feel
But
like
would you
that's
usually
too
be
much.
30 minutes?
Yeah. It took me Blantyre, Cambuslang.
Okay, these are all just words.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a foreign language. Can I have a translation?
Not a clue. But when she was like, we're very, like the sat nav was saying like 1 mile away, and you're like, I've got no idea where I am. I was like, have we just been picked up by some random that says she's something to do with
Have you ever
Cammy?
been to Cammy's farm?
The same way all the time. So you're obviously not from Scotland.
No.
Where are you from, Sophie? Where are you from first?
Dorset, Devon, or Somerset, whichever I feel like on the day.
Okay, we like Devon the best about this farm. We've got a big Devon connection here. Lizzie's here.
Yeah.
How far are you from Dawlish?
About an hour.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not
pretty
too far.
close. Down
Yeah.
there, it's pretty close. Everything's half an hour away down there. That's all you need to know.
Yes,
You want
yes.
to go to the shops, it's half an hour.
Is your car all bashed up with the narrow roads?
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
No point in a new car, ever.
It's mad, isn't it? The
Yeah.
roads, see Devon, the Verges, I don't know if you've been down there, Ali.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Verges are like, well, you can't, do you know the worst thing about it is, it's not that you can go a wee drive and enjoy like looking at everybody else's sheep and cattle. You can't see
No, no,
anything.
Because everything's up, yeah.
Really?
Only in a
What, the
tractor.
hedges?
Well, even but the Verge. The
Literally.
Verge is, aye,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, it must just be like right good,
And the
rich, healthy
potholes.
soils.
Terrible.
Oh,
Potholes
yeah.
are so bad.
Which because of
Yeah.
massive rainfall.
Right,
Yeah.
They
okay.
have massive rainfall
We do
in
get a
Devon.
fair bit of
Almost as
rainfall.
much as Ayrshire.
Yeah.
Lizzie and I have argued about this. You might be able to hear a wee bit of vibrate in the background. It is like an industrial estate in here today.
Cammy,
Yeah.
you are underplaying this business because there's tractors everywhere. There's lorries in and out. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but
With 2 telehandlers in, the tractor's moving about, Cars Bellington's been in, Harbro, it's just all happening. I just set it all up for you guys to make us like
say,
quite
yeah.
a big deal, with 14
You
acres.
tell me you've got one
With
house
14
cow.
acres.
yeah, that's why the traffic was so bad. They're all coming here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Just chaos.
And Ali, where are you from?
So I'm Herefordshire, right by the Welsh border, but at the right side of the Welsh border by 6 miles. So yeah, Ross and Wye, Herefordshire, down in the Wye Valley. Nice part of the world. Rains a lot there too, and then decides to stop raining at times as well. But yeah, so we're down that way.
And have you been there forever?
Been there my whole life. Kicked mum and dad out in classic tenant farmer style. Did the succession of tenancy. The old man's a bit older than sort of most, so I came back to the farm, and yeah, we quickly worked out that if we were going to work together, we weren't going to be able to live together. So I moved into a house that mum and dad had bought a few years previously. They did all the building work whilst I lived there, and then they're like, "Oh, that looks nice. We'll swap." So then we swapped. So
Right, okay.
moved back into my old house. Moved bedrooms to mum and dad's room. Weird, but fine.
It's weird, eh?
Yeah, a bit odd. Changed the bed, and
Safe.
yeah,
Sand out all the
I've
knots.
lit- so now my
Sand out all the notches.
yeah,
on the post.
just a bit like this is yeah. Now my youngest daughter is in my room, as I call it, and my eldest is in my sister's room, and then the other twin is in Granny's room, and I still call it like that. I still call it my room, so it's so moved back into the house in 2012, and then have been slowly going. Dad was like, so Dad got tenancy in 1968. He's like, I reckon I've been around the whole house twice decorating. I was like, that's ridiculous. No wonder it's so tired in here. Anyway, I've been there for now 14 years, and we've only done about 4 rooms. Everything you do, you peel off one piece of wallpaper, the whole house just falls down. You're like, good, excellent.
Yes. Went to get like a paint, now you've taken out a support
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, exactly. You take off a bit of skirting board and the whole wall just falls down behind you. You're like, cool, that looks expensive.
fair,
That looks
fair.
expensive.
But you said that was a bought house.
No, not the house that we're in. So the house mum and dad in, they bought.
They bought, sorry, yeah.
So Dad's investments when farming was making more money was to buy out of farm because he was a tenant and
Yes.
I'm second litter. So I've got 2 older half sisters who weren't interested in the farm, and then Dad remarried. I came along, and in those generations, it's like, oh, a boy, he'll farm. And then, so he bought property outside of the farm as his sort of nest egg, I guess, his retirement. So
Well, it's just sensible, eh?
Yeah.
yeah.
And what are you farming there?
So we are arable. We mainly combinable crops. So wheat, barley, oilseed rape, sugar beet. A bit of sugar beet goes into AD and stock feed. But yeah, combinables, bit of environmental stuff as well. And then we've diversified glamping. My wife is a riding instructor, so we've got an equestrian bit as well. So yeah, not as many fingers in pies as we got up here, but I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
And now I need to really sell it. Having seen this for the last 5 minutes, I'm like, geez Louise, we are not doing enough. I'm gonna get home and be like, Annie, right, we need cars, Billington lorries, we need our own house cow.
Arable.
This is
Not an
gonna be
Just make it look busy.
Yeah.
But just touching on that environment, because we've not really had MD in that is on the SFIs that I can remember us talking about.
Maybe you should say what SFI is.
Is SFI, isn't it?
Yeah, sustainable farming incentive.
Incentive, yeah.
Incentive.
What do you do for that? And how
What
much
do I
do you
do for
get?
that? I plant a lot of wild bird mixes and on ground that floods. Hello, RPA. On ground that floods and hope that it survives and get paid for it. So it's something that we've always done environmental schemes with parts of the farm. I don't necessarily agree with the way that it went a couple of years ago, where you could literally put the whole farm in, and like in England, whole estates.
I
have gone
did that.
in. So like,
You did that?
Put the whole-
okay, we'll
put
come
the
to you in a
whole
minute then.
there's like 2,500 acre farms, arable farms in Cambridge that are now just all SFI because they're owner occupied, get rid of all their staff, put the whole lot into bird mix.
Yeah, I've heard
So,
these stories. Yeah.
For the next 3 years, it pays better than arable. So
People
why
are
wouldn't
pushing
you?
the tenants out because they can just.
Yeah, exactly, and pushing and getting rid of staff as well because it just paid
Yeah.
better. But it's short term, isn't it? It's 3 years, so I'm not sure what they're going to do in 3 years' time. So
Well, as soon
2
as
years' time.
reforms in, it'll all be gone, won't it?
Yeah, Christ. I think it's going to be from a
straight face when you say that.
political point of view. It's a terrifying place to be. And I also like we've come off subsidy, haven't we? Like we are now weaned off subsidy.
Yeah.
Like we don't have direct payments anymore. Personally, I think that's a good thing. Like I don't get me wrong, it's been great to keep paying rent for the last few years, but actually being paid because you have land, I'm not sure is the correct way of doing it. I don't necessarily like this income foregone reason as well. We should be paid with a margin to do environmental stuff as well, if that's what the government really wants. Personally, I think we should be producing more food, but that's beside the point. If the government want environmental benefits for public goods and stuff, pay you properly for it. So, but it eventually, because it still comes back as what looks like a subsidy check, and now you have to explain to people like, no, this isn't direct subsidy like it used to be in England. This is us giving up land or us doing different environmental things for a benefit for everybody. It's not just having money for acreage. And I think it's the right move. I'm just not quite sure they got it right.
Do you know what I love, Iona? All my livestock on one simple app.
Hi, Cammy. Next you'll be telling me your cows can send emails.
Well, they can't do that yet. But with HerdWatch, managing livestock is easy. One app, all your cattle and sheep compliance records, medicine tracking, and more right there in your pocket. Tired of paperwork piling up like muck in the parlour? Sick of chasing scraps of paper when you'd rather be chasing sheep? Then you need HerdWatch.
HerdWatch lets you register calves before you've even wiped the afterbirth off your boots.
I preferred it when it said feet. It's so quick, I had time left to make a cuppa and drink it. I know you guys love this bit.
Whether you're juggling lambing, TB testing, or just trying to remember where you left your wellies, HerdWatch makes sure your records are always up to scratch.
Over 22,000 farmers across the UK and Ireland can't all be wrong. Well, not this time.
Download HerdWatch now and join the herd, because the only thing you should be wrestling is the gate on a windy day.
HerdWatch, farm smarter, not harder. Oh, I definitely don't think they got it right with the SFI thing. Like, I think it's terrible.
Do you?
I do.
Why?
It's like taxpayers' money is going into, as you say, producing bird crops or planting these bits. Okay, bits that flood aren't very productive. Okay, ideal. But it could be producing food.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that the best use of money?
Yeah, I think it's
not European Union money anymore. It's
taxpayer money. And I think that's the opportunity that we missed when the old. If we're going to get into the politics of it, like when Brexit happened, there was a real opportunity to do something different. I was against it personally. That's my belief in it. But that was a real opportunity.
My husband voted to leave.
But don't grass him in. Like, why are you throwing him into it?
Oh, he loves it.
Everybody just says, "Oh no, I voted to remain," but really,
But,
they're like,
No. He'd openly say it. Yeah.
yeah, okay, and he thinks it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, I'd say so.
yeah, got to double
It's
down
not free
on
market.
Yeah, what are you into?
Yeah.
I wouldn't shit, right? He's too far gone now. He's got to just go with it.
But there was an opportunity there, wasn't there? There was an opportunity. Like once it was done, the vote's done. We're leaving. To change the entire system. Like we're still now abiding by EU regulation without having access to the EU market. Like it's completely ridiculous. Like we have an opportunity to do something different. That's what people voted for. Do something different. to do things exactly the same, but be like, we've left, but we want to stay friendly with everybody. Just doesn't seem like a sensible way to do it.
But it was part of our problem that, you know, we still have this idea of like Great Britain as if we're like a big player in the world when actually we're not.
Yeah, I think it's still more to do with the bus, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, that was the reason.
Is the bus
yeah.
parked up here too?
Well, funny. Let's just into politics. Look at this man.
No,
I was gonna say- yeah, I was gonna say, do not get-
Don't go near
We're not getting
politics.
started on politics.
But it's just nice to hear, because in Scotland we're different, because we're protected in some way, because we have an option you guys don't have, and that we have a party that is for Scotland, whereas you guys, well, to be fair, Nigel Farage is an English nationalist, so you could argue you do have a nationalist party down there. But yeah, we'll definitely have this wee buffer that, like, I'd honestly believe if farmers had the option down south to vote for SNP, they probably would. Because
Are they that popular up here?
Farmers, it's a really funny one, right? Some people are so anti-independence that even though the SNP are giving out are not changed any subsidies, and they did a big grant recently, they're doing so much to support farmers, because people are so anti-independence, they still don't like them.
Really?
So they still rather vote Reform or one of these other parties that, you know, and take that chance just because they don't like them, even though there is nobody can stand here and argue SNP haven't been amazing for farmers recently, touch wood, that it stays that way, compared to down south with you guys in Wales. Well, Wales have got Labour. Like, oh, you do too.
So have we, sadly.
Yeah, so you do.
So have we, sadly. The food and farming policy it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, you could not pay me enough money in the world to try and run this country or try and run the UK as general or try and work out where money's going to go, because at the end of the day, there's a select pot of money that needs to do all public services, everything else. There is not enough money in the world that would make me want to do that. But also, I think that's part of the problem, is that politicians just aren't paid enough. Like, don't get me wrong, they paid a lot of money.
No,
but
they're not. I agree.
if you want the best people in the world, if you're sat in your public sector, your private sector job in London, earning £2.5 million plus a £1 million bonus, and someone went to you, you're really good at running stuff. Do you want to come and run the country for 90 grand a year? I think I'll be all right.
Yeah,
Thanks
and get
very
all the
much.
shit that comes with it.
Yeah, 7 days a week.
Like, I think Singapore, it's the cabinet in Singapore get £1 million each.
Do they?
A salary. I think it's Singapore. I've heard that mentioned on a political podcast, because they've said the same as you. It's like, everybody will hate me for saying this, but they don't pay enough.
If you want the best people,
Yeah,
pay them.
it's true. They need to be paid the most.
Otherwise, you get journeymen or women.
Well, it's just narcissists.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Like, why would you want to do it? I can't understand why you'd want to. And don't get me wrong. Like,
For the good, I want to change things.
yeah, I want to, and actually, that's if we're going political. I mean, hopefully, this all just gets edited out. Which
No,
is
I
a
love
chat.
it, mate.
But going political, like Rishi Sunak, Conservative, obviously, like multi-billionaire, him and his wife. So
No
if he,
other agenda.
Like, so if he is doing politics, he has to be doing it for, and I obviously don't agree, but whatever. He has to be doing it for some good, because he doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to be hated by 70% of the population. He could literally sit there on savings being like, I have a lovely life and I might just go to my 5-star hotel somewhere else.
Yeah.
So the reason he's doing it was actually to try and improve a country. And
And he was a rural MP.
like
But
he's-
then you could say that, like, Donald Trump has all the money in the world, but he still does it.
we're going America now. This is going to get
No, why am I getting
right.
involved? Right.
I own it right now.
In fairness, on the Trump thing, his motivation isn't money. His is narcissism.
Yeah, his is pure power and
His
control.
power
Yeah.
and control and.
But it's interesting how many. So I went right in the campaign. How many farmers support him? 90% of farmers that I went on were supporters.
In the UK.
No, in Trump, but in America.
Yeah. Oh, big-
Really, like,
and-
massive supporters.
And then he threw them under the bus.
Yeah, well, I'm going back in July, so we'll see how.
Yeah, I
people
know
feel.
he's put big subsidies out to them now, but then
Yeah.
he went to war with China and they couldn't get their soy out and all these other problems that came, and I think the farmers are I think there's no doubt about it. The farmers been all over the news, like struggling with making ends meet, basically.
Yeah. And then he came over here and they did that. It was up here, wasn't he, where he'd had the press conference with Keir Starmer and then basically said that IHT is the wrong thing to do. And then that clip went viral because Keir
It was
Starmer
brilliant,
sat there
It was great.
squirming. Was it? But it was up here somewhere. It was
Yeah,
in
it
Scotland,
was.
wasn't it?
Because he was
got
up
a
at
golf
Tunbury.
club.
It was,
Hasn't he got
that's
a golf
right, yeah.
club here?
And like Keir Starmer is there squirming about it, and then that clip goes viral, and then there's a load of comments underneath being like, just check what he's done for American farmers in the last year before you start shouting how amazing Donald Trump is, and then you like read through that he got rid of whatever he got rid of, and you're like, okay, so he's
Yeah.
literally he is the king of sound bites because he just doesn't care, and like you say, he's a complete narcissist. So he's like, I have said that really. What did he call Venezuela the other day? He was like Venezuela, and you're like, you've just invaded the country and you still can't say its name.
No, but
Like,
he does that deliberately to belittle.
yeah,
Like, it's actually really clever, like, not like bullying, but like mind game tactics.
Yeah.
Like, he'll say their name wrong. Like, it's like a
like-
great way to make somebody feel smaller than you. is at a meeting or whatever is to name them wrong or
Yeah.
pronounce their name wrong.
And do it really loudly.
Kamala, like, did it the whole campaign with Kamala Harris. We did Kamala. Kamala.
It's like
or
the,
Kamala, whatever you, Kenny, the whole
I
campaign.
know, it gets instant attraction. It's like
Sleepy Joe.
There's a theory that the Starbucks thing, they always write the wrong name on the cup.
Yep.
They write the wrong name on the
'Cause
cup
then
because
you
then
take a
everyone
photo.
Instagrams it, be like, look, this is how they spelled Sophie with a C, and you're like, brilliant. And they're like, brilliant, free marketing. Thanks very
Yeah.
much. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like a Starbucks, Sophie?
I had one this
Do you
morning.
spell it
We've
with a
had
C?
2 this morning, Soph.
2 this morning.
What's your Starbucks order?
Just tea. I don't drink coffee at all. Dairy farmer doesn't drink coffee.
Sorry to hear that. I
I'm
couldn't
a
live
mocha.
without it.
And I
I'm
only
a
fell in love
Mocha,
with
wee
tea.
bit of chocolate in it.
Oh, a bit of sugar. I live off sugar. 1 can of Coca-Cola a day. Had to cut that down because
did you?
my teeth were about to fall out.
yeah.
So
Bad for
I need a
teeth.
sugar rush.
And Sophie, you're on the SFIs as well, but your big thing is dairy farming.
Yeah. So yeah, actually the home farm is down to Herbal Lay, the whole thing. Yeah. Well, we grow it anyway. So I mean, my big thing is our rent was set on subsidy, that we were going to get subsidy. So part of it to reduce it is SFI. The money's there. I don't see the problem in it.
So what's Herbal Lay?
So you have to. It was really strict originally that you had to have a certain mix, and then they moved that to like a proportion of herbs, proportion of grasses, clovers. So when they said that, we just made our own mix and just went direct drilling. It's pretty much everywhere.
And it's just
Pretty
and
much
it's
everywhere.
just stuff that the cows can graze on.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
You can make
just-
silage with it.
It's
It's
just,
literally our
all
normal
your grass
yeah,
places with a few herbs tucked in, right?
exactly. Yeah, make our own mix rate.
And you get your SFI for it.
Yeah.
Class. How many acres?
What have we got under it? About 900,
Right. So how many acres do you farm in total?
1,600.
And
All
split-
rented.
All rented. On FBTs or
FBTs, yeah, three FBTs, 1 contract farming agreement.
oh right, okay. So you've got 4 different
Complicated, yeah.
different bits, yeah, no?
Different people in the mix, yeah.
Yeah.
One's my godfather, so.
Okay, that's
Well, I don't deal
safer.
with him. Well, no, Tom deals with him.
Ah, right, okay.
Not in a bad way, but it's just good to keep it that way.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Save the fallout. And,
Yeah.
and what's the duration on those then?
So the home dairy is 10 years, 15 years on the secondary, and then we were 5 years now, 10 years on the heifer block, and then it's 5-year rolling on the contract farming. So all ending at different points, which I think actually is quite good. You've always got something in the mix.
Well,
Sure,
hopefully
so-
never ending, obviously, but yeah, I know what you're saying. But so on a 10-year, did you put the parlour in?
No, bought the parlour from both landlords. Bought the parlour, was there. Ingoings, yeah.
And that will you'll have to be paid out that if the
We
contract
leave, yeah.
ends.
It'll just be revalued, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. I was thinking brave putting a parlour in if it was just a 10-year lease,
No.
even a 15-year lease. It'd be
Yeah,
hard to
I
pay
mean, the
back.
second farm, so the second dairy is much cheaper rent with the idea that we will probably have to replace the parlour. It's like pretty ropey,
Okay.
yeah.
And what's your milk prices down there?
Conventional's pretty bad.
Okay.
We're Arla, so we are pretty lucky. Co-op has had quite a good price. So, and then the organic,
Hang on, you didn't tell me what the price is.
we would be a base of around 35.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Compared to others,
Yeah,
that is good.
Oh, God, yeah. I know right
And
now
that's
how
just-
lucky I am.
and
That's
that-
base, and then you get fat and protein on top of that.
Yeah, and your Holsteins or
No. Irish Friesians.
Irish?
yeah.
What's an Irish Friesian?
Slightly more grazy. You know, it's like a British Friesian, but better at grazing. Don't hate on me, any
Right, okay.
British
I'd
Friesian.
never
yeah.
heard of an Irish Friesian.
No, very, very good fertility, very good feet. Can walk for periods of time, get back in calf without seeing a bull, that kind of stuff.
Are you New Zealand style calving?
2 blocks, yeah.
Okay.
So confused block carvers is what everyone calls us.
Okay, yeah,
Might as
yeah.
well be all year round.
Yeah.
2 6-week blocks, yeah, at home. Mainly spring. So we're like March time kick off for 6 weeks, and then we'll go again in August.
And you have the same cattle in the conventional as you do in the
Slightly
organic?
bigger cows on conventional. So higher litres, more autumn, more spring at home.
Okay, and what's the organic milk price like?
Base. Base about 58.
I like that some people want to play it up and tell you their max, but she's
Oh no, base 58.
base is 58, and then
But
plus
we've been in a bad, we were in a bad place in 22, 23, like really bad place, like 44. We're at 44.
Okay.
then. So we deserve this bit.
Okay.
For
No, we
organic,
don't deserve, that's what the market is. Basically, a good 20% of our milk pool left in that 22, 23 period. Price was so bad, they weren't conventional. You can do that in the Arla. You can swap to the other one. You can't swap back without asking. So a lot left, and then there wasn't enough milk. Organic sales grew a little bit, but there wasn't enough organic milk. We stayed on, and then we're now enjoying the
And it's
Cream.
and then the
cream.
but also
you. I'm here all
the
week.
cake price is pretty controllable at the moment. I don't think it's going up.
What she's saying is cereal farmers are on their arse, and
Yeah,
actually it's really
basically.
helping their food.
Yeah.
You lose and she wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The feed to milk conversion price is pretty strong at the moment.
We make some
So organic's flying, it's making a lot of profit.
I mean, we had terrible drought this year, and so we spent I think about 70 grand on our hog crop from our other farm because it's contract farm. We had to buy it off, so it cost us about 70 grand to put it in the pit.
Yeah.
So it's and that's additional feed.
I heard some crazy stories about people buying whole pits with the silage from people and carting it down Arctic lorries and all that, and
It was
repitting
awful.
and,
We were in the
Yeah.
same drought as
Yeah.
30-acre block. Of,
I've got whole crop arriving at the moment. Additionally, on top of that, in
Arctic loads?
Yeah. Arctic loads. Being
What's that costing
repitted
per tonne?
today, £70 a tonne.
£70
Delivered.
Delivered, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
It was a 30-acre block for a friend of mine. Second cut, fine, all good. 9 bales, round bales, off 30 acres. That was it. Should have had 100 and something odd. Just
Terrible.
So hard.
unbelievable. Just didn't rain. Just never. It didn't stop all winter, and then just never rained from about the end of Feb onwards. Just completely missed everything. So
It's incredible how the difference is, because I couldn't get my silage done because it was so wet.
Really, that's bad.
Yeah, mad.
You did have a bad year.
Mine went on 3 weeks longer than it should, so it's full of NDF. It all got all stocky. We just couldn't get on the ground because it was so wet.
Yeah.
Just the difference.
Difference. I mean, everybody around here says they've never, that all the old boys can't ever remember as much grass as we had this summer. It's
Really,
just,
yeah.
That's mental.
It's just
Well, it
absolute
was down with us.
night
It was
and
all my old man particularly. It's like 76, Alistair, except for 75. It was we had a really dry winter, whereas 2024 was really wet winter, and it was just I've just never. And you're always there going. We live 5 miles from Wales. It'll rain. It always rains. Wales rains, right? That's what they're good at. They take rain really well. It just never rained. And you're just there going, and you're watching crops. And we planted all our spring crops really nicely, went into the best seedbed we've done for a while, all came up really well. And you're like, you know what? We're going to be all right here. And just didn't rain. You're like, how is this happening?
So you get a poor yield.
Terrible yield, terrible price.
Terrible
All in
grains.
all, I fell out of our love with farming last year significantly. Terrible price, terrible yield. We will lose money in 25, 26, which we have. Well, we don't. We like to think we're a profitable business.
Yeah.
That's why we're still here. I haven't had our accounts back, but they won't be. They'll be negative, I would have thought, for the first time since I can remember, probably since the early noughties when Arable again was on his arse. That's my reason for falling out of love with the job at the moment.
Does that affect you? Does it cause you stress?
Does it cause me stress? I like to think that I'm pretty positive, but it's the first time this year is the first time that I've ever thought, I wonder what else I could do. Because, and I don't think like that. I love what I've done. I had options. Because my father is older, he was like, if you don't want to farm, I've invested my life. I'm very happy to retire. And he was like very much, and I'd love to do the same with my kids, given the opportunity, is that farm because you want to, not because you feel like you are forced to. And I think that's really, really important. And Dad was really clear about that. I was like, if you don't want to farm, if you want to go play rugby or if you want to go do something else, great. Just let me know so I can retire and we'll sort the job out. And and I was like, I do quite like it though. That is a problem. I do quite like it.
And imagine if you had to work for a living.
Well, yeah.
See, I thought of going and getting a job.
Sophie's really good at this, actually. She's like, and she says it, and she's actually, the part of the podcast that we're doing now is that actually it's really nice to have some more positivity because I have struggled and I never struggle. I am horrendously, irritatingly positive about stuff. And she's just always like, well, I don't work, do I? Because I get to do this every day.
I love my job.
Yeah, you love your job, and
Even
it's not a job.
when it was 44p, I loved my job.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
that's the joke I'm meaning. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm
That
working
is,
for a
that is the
living.
joke, isn't it? Imagine having to work for a living. Imagine having to, and we're driving down to get to the airport this morning. You're like, imagine having to do this for an hour every morning. Get in the car every morning to drive to work. We are so lucky, and that's where I feel you feel like a sport brat falling out of love with something that is so lovable. And I wake up. Last night we had the Northern Lights down with us. I mean, I've stolen them from you guys, but we had the Northern Lights, and I was looking over our glamping site with the Northern Lights shining behind you. This is lush. Stop being such an idiot and get on with it. Make your business better. Try and do something else. And that's my big 2026 thing: is fall in love again with farming, and make better use of the assets that we have, even though we don't own them. We're on lifetime tenancy. I've got succession left. like if one of my kids is foolish enough or wants to, then there is opportunity for them, make the business survive and make sure that we can provide the opportunities that I've had. And that's the crux of it now. It's amazing how I approach my 40s in a couple of years, and you're there going, and the things that I used to see on the farm was land, make stuff, grow.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do. We're going to produce food. We're going to farm every acre. To now being like, actually, this bit down here is a pond. It'd be a really nice pond. We could have kids on farm. We could do classroom stuff. We could do more school stuff. We could do more open farm Sunday stuff, because it makes it intrinsically more linked. And I think that's probably, it's funny how you start looking at yourself differently, being like, what do I enjoy doing? I enjoy people. I love people. I love meeting people. I love this sort of stuff. Is great. Like the podcast that we're doing now, we get to meet people on a weekly basis. I love that. So actually, maybe it's my own doing that I'm sat in a tractor on my own a lot of the time with my own thoughts.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I sit in a glass box scrolling Instagram.
Yeah.
Seeing whatever Cammy's posted and seeing if he is going to get punched in the eye by Lizzie at some point in time, which I'm surprised hasn't happened, if I'm honest.
She
yet.
gets my ribs, mate. Then
When the camera
never do the face.
Never do the
Focus
face.
expressions, just the ribs.
The face is paying. So yeah,
Ribs could be a cow.
You shook my hand today and I winced. You're like, oh.
don't hit the money maker. Never the money maker. It's like Anchorman. No touching of the face.
Hair and face. That's it. Funny, I actually have that rule with the kids when we're fighting, because they'll gouge your eyes out, and I'm like, or they'll pull your hair, and I'm like, no hair or face. I'm like, no hair or face. I've told you a million times.
This is insured.
That ruins the game. So, okay, you're wanting to change things up a bit, and fair enough. But you've also you're touching on it, but you can't keep doing a thing if you're losing.
No,
I know
absolutely.
You're a dairy farmer, so you can.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We came up
I'm
here
all
on.
in.
We've come up on
I'm all in.
Sophie's gold card. You know, on the organic.
on the
farmer.
organic side, yeah.
I only said she was going to be late. We're like, Sophie's like, don't worry, I just got my gold card. We'll just go. We'll be in the lounge. It looked a lot like Starbucks, but I was told it was a lounge. So
We'll drive by a dairy farm.
we've got to change to survive. Like, we diversified into glamping down with us, which obviously everyone has. We're not exactly the first to do it, but we live in a beautiful part of the world. So that has also. It's very odd from an arable farmer, particularly in that I know exactly how much it costs for me to run the glamping. I know what our cost per night is. So when people stay, I know I'm making a profit. Whereas with the arable side, I plant something in the autumn. I hope that it survives, and then I hope to God that somebody wants to buy it next year. And if they don't want to buy it, I'm like, oh, that was an expensive way to do stuff. Whereas the glamping, it's like, well, if it's empty, it actually doesn't cost me a lot.
No.
And if it's full, I know it's profit making, and it's just changed my way of doing things. But we're just
the least profitable thing you can do with a farm is farm it.
yeah.
So you're showing us.
Within reason, 14 acres, we're stretching it far.
Never seen so many tractors on 14
also
acres.
a thing about stupidity? Like, why can you grow grass? Or are you too dry?
Can grow grass, yeah. And we used to be a sheep farm. My mum she is obsessed with sheep. Always has been. Spent 15, 20 years of her career breeding her own easy care sheep. So taking Texels and cleans and taking out Wiltshire horns, taking out the horns and increasing the prolificity with the cleans, and then finishing them either on a Beltex or a Texel. Start with a Texel. They're a bit difficult lambing, so went to a Beltex, double muscled, created these little. I mean, they don't look as good in the market. Well, they do now because people have got used to them, but because they haven't got any wool, they look a bit different. But flipping it, they weigh. And so mum spent 15. I came into the farm, I was like, flipping 8 sheep, gone. Booted them out, realised actually they're quite a good part of the farm, so then end up buying them back again. Bought some ewe lambs in to overwinter. Saw more of the ewe lambs in 6 months than I had of mum sheep in probably 12 years, because they came in with liver fluke, and then it flooded really badly 2012, and then we had to bring them all in, and then we came in the one morning and they were all around the ring feeder. We had 6 dead, and I was like, and then I thought that the ring feeder had become electrified, because I was like, how would they? Anyway, it turns out they had liver fluke, and they'd all fought to get into the ring feeder and just burst each other's livers.
Yeah,
they were told, when we bought them, they were fluked. Well, they never had been. Anyway, so I ended up buying mum sheep back, and actually with our rotation now with more cover crops, we've gone a bit regen, but not really regen. I don't really like the term sustainable. It's like how I'd like to call it. It would work to have sheep back. I just hate them. I hate sheep. I'm very happy to say it, Cammy. I'm sorry. I hate sheep.
That's how you know you're a proper arable farmer.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't like sheep either, but I don't know anything about them. So I've never had them, and Tom's grandparents had sheep. But
you don't do winters or anything like that?
No,
you need
no,
all your
actually,
you don't have a winter?
No, because we grazed
grass
till
grows all the time.
literally grazed till we actually had 10 days out over Christmas, which was great. So I literally just turned the cows out for 10 days to give everyone a bit of time off. So just one in the afternoon to milk, so it's like perfect when they're out.
So when they were inside and he says, "Oh, we'll just have a break from feeding and all that, we'll just take them out
just
for a
turn
bit."
them out. Yeah, still fed in the yard, but they just one in the parlour in the afternoon. Everyone got a break.
And
It's
cows
just
are all
amazing.
right, just change their diet like that, like going out to grass
Our
and back
type of
in.
cows, They're very low yielding, like basic. They'd be like, they'd be a Fiat. They'd be like a Fiat or a Micra, a Nissan Micra in terms of cars. It's not a Ferrari.
No,
it's like a very basic cow.
Yeah, and she's giving you what's her yield? This is organic you're talking about?
5,300 litres, something like that.
Okay, per lactation?
Yeah.
That'll mean something to somebody, I don't
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
That sounds good. I know roughly per day. I know like...
What's your cow doing a day? Like how much
now
milk?
About 10.
Yeah, great. What are you feeding it?
Some beef silage.
Perfect.
Just seen its face when it came from a very good farm down near Peebles, like Blythebridge. I've got like 500 Holsteins. It came from this unbelievable silage to I handed it this full of MDF, cut late, 12% silage, and she's just like,
serious.
She probably loves the attention.
I can see her bag just tightening up.
Shriveling up.
Aye, to hell with this.
Bless her.
So we get about 10 litres off her. We'll only milk her once a day.
That's probably all you want. 10 litres once a day is pretty good though.
Oh, it's plenty. Yeah, it's plenty.
Yeah, and it's probably like 5.5, like probably 6% fat. Like, has it got a really good cream on top?
Oh, insane. It's like half the bottle.
Oh, yeah, so there you go.
Good. And she gets like a soya feed or something like that. We got a feed from Taff and just give it that. But,
brilliant.
But so
living her best life.
What's yours given per day? Average?
At the moment, they'd be giving like, the springs would be doing like 14 and the autumn's like 26 litres.
Right, okay.
Well, no, maybe 24 now actually, the autumn's coming down.
Yeah.
So it just depends in lactation where they are. So like a cow's lactation, like calve up, along, down. So like springs are like very much, we want them to come down now. They're going to have their 8-week holiday, dry period about
Ready
now.
to go again in the spring.
Start calving in like 10th of March. So I'm only milking like around 300 cows now. Go draw another load off. Yeah, only.
What are you milking most days?
When I'm there, I'm milking. Yeah, I love milking. So like the robot thing to me is like, no, I want to milk my cows. I just love them. Yeah, and I'm not from a farming background. I met Tom. He wanted to go back dairy farming. His dad had sold the cows when he was 10. So he's this like real thing in him. He wants to prove everyone wrong. Mm-hmm. So he's like on this like. So yeah.
He's on a mission. But you're from the town, are you?
No, countryside. My mum was a vet and had horses when I was young, but not really. So we always had like random animals in the kitchen, like rabbits, hedgehogs, just that kind of vet thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, grew up with that, but never. I trained as an accountant. Very boring.
Yeah, really
Don't tell people that very often.
I'll take that job anyway, so you've done the right thing.
I mean, it's yeah.
And what you said, when you're home, you do the milk, and what other things?
Just lots of different random things, like the podcast, then a bit of stuff for our milk buyer, Arla. It's a co-op, so you can be elected into that.
So you're like the face of it, are you?
Absolutely. No, stop it.
You're going around saying
100% the face.
Saying how great Arla is.
No, just elected.
I'm just your stereotypical Arla dairy farmer.
You try being in front of them when the price is bad. You want to be like fully covered.
But you just
tin hat on.
I was going to say, well, you just take the Arla jacket off and you're like, oh no, it's
I'm just one of you. I'm one of you.
Yeah, one of you, and then somebody at the back shouting, she's got an organic herd as well.
Off.
60 pence a litre, disgraceful.
She's turned up in the Arla wrapped Amarok as well.
No, I don't have that. I drive a Golf and I love my Golf.
And what kind of tanker do you use to move the conventional milk into the organic tank? How do you do that?
Only at night.
Just at night?
Just at night, same with the fertiliser. Just at night. Or put it in the lagoon as well.
Someone did tell me that. I think it was America or something like that. Where they used to
move it around. How are they ever going to tell?
That is...
So
our landlord is the Duchy of Cornwall, so our previous landlord before the big succession happened was HRH, now the king. And we had a meeting there, and he's big into his organic, always has been. And we had a meeting with him at Highgrove. And I stood up and said, sir, the only difference between organic and arable is that the sprayers have got better lights on the organic farm. And he, to be fair, he chuckled. He chuckled to himself and then told me to sit down and increase my rent. So it was worth it. But how good are your lights?
And you should quiz the guys on their podcast. That's a good. We're here to promote the Meet the Farmers podcast. Ask them about that.
Okay, yeah. So,
no, because I know.
Please do that.
No, because
thanks, Cammy.
I know all about it. So it's like
thanks,
yeah,
Cammy.
he's our best listener, top listener.
I can quiz you on it.
Yeah. So how did it come about? When did it start?
Well, I think Ben Eagle, his voice is on a lot of podcasts. He was like the ultimate first podcaster with Meet the Farmers, and then he does like the Kite podcast, which is like most dairy farmers a lot of dairy farmers listen to. And then he produces a lot of other things. And he had an idea to get a debating podcast together, and then got a sponsor, and then asked people to interview, and then ended up with us too.
So when did that come about? When was that?
That was this summer. So we met in the spring. We had a Dutchie event, and it was all about future farming. So the Dutchies, to be fair to them, are really good about their tenancies. They like family farming. They like the idea of succession or generational family farming, which is great. And they were hosting a next generation event, which
It was like mental health based.
Yeah, mental health
Yeah.
based, which Prince William was coming to, and Vic Hope came from Countryfile, and Caleb as well. And they wanted a panel of people that had set up tenancies or succeeded tenancies.
Okay.
So I was on the panel with Soph. And then we sort of bonded over fangirling over Vic Hope, who has just hadn't announced her pregnancy. I'm like, gosh, she looks amazing, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So we bonded over
Everyone
that, and then we've been talking on like Instagram, like just randomly, and then suddenly this Ben emails everybody and was like, "I'm setting up this podcast. I'd like you to interview as a host." I think he just sent out a load of DMs basically to everybody.
Who can
And then
Caleb's turned it down.
who would reply? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you are about 17th on the list, and everyone else said no. So could you try? So then I interview. He sent the email originally to weirdendfarm@googlemail.com, and that doesn't exist. My farm is Weir End Farm. So I got this. Then he was like, sent me a WhatsApp being like, "Mate, looking forward to seeing your interview at 9:00." I was like, "What, today?" Good, fine. Got there, did a ramble, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if this is for me, Ben. It's a bit serious for me." Anyway, got to a second round. She pops up on the screen. Sophie pops up, and I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, not you!" At which point, Ben was like, "Oh, this could probably work." But so it's called Meet the Farmers: The Big Debate. We've been doing it since October. We're improving. I think we're going in the right direction. The first we did a trial podcast, and we had a script, and I was so terrified of getting it wrong. So I'd be talking, and then I'd hand over to Sophie. I'd be so terrified that I didn't know what I was going to say next. As soon as Sophie started speaking, I'd be like, "Right, that's great."
And it's like you're disinterested.
Not a clue what Sophie was saying, and then she'd stop talking. I'd be like, yeah. So we watched the first one back, and there's literally, as soon as I'm literally there disinterested, like just trying to get the next note. It was awful, so
It was
bad,
so bad.
which we have got better at. So now I
Yeah.
put the cap. So we do it all remotely as well. We'd love to do it more like this. We'd love to do it in person. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Just to pick up on cues and stuff, especially for interviewing people. You can just pick up on cues. You can see when someone wants to speak. Whereas over internet, and like Riverside is great, but it's really hard to interrupt people or to make a point or and like we're supposed to be debating. A slight issue is that we're both quite people pleasing, so asking, and also we so far have liked all of the people that we want to interview. So asking the difficult question is quite hard because we are people pleasers. So that's something that we are working on. But it's a news and current affairs thing. We had Minette Batters on last week, which is about the farm profitability review. So we're interviewing some pretty big people. And it's fun.
And on the farm profit, obviously, I mean, it's bound to have had some impact on the government's decision to not revert. I suppose it is a kind of U-turn that they've increased it to 5 million maximum.
It's completely strategic because Minette's report came out on the 19th of
Just before
December.
Christmas. Yeah,
Well, it was literally we were just speaking about it. Saying,
That's it. It came out then,
Yeah.
and then it was released on the 19th, and then on the 23rd of December, suddenly this IHT announcement comes out of nowhere, and you're like, that feels like it's been, and we actually mentioned that to Minette, being like, I feel like that has been done for hits. You know, that has been, well, give the farmers something, because this report is quite damning in terms of what we're spending, especially like with government bodies and stuff. So one of the things we pushed Minette on was like, how are we making sure that this is actually going to get acted on? Like you've created 57 points, all of which are important. Are there some that are more important? And how are we making sure that this then gets acted on? So that was really fun. We're getting better. I think we're getting better.
So.
Yeah, we're having a lovely time.
Fine. It's just that the Zoom thing. Riverside is amazing. The edit of Riverside, it edits it for you and takes silences out and sharpens it all up.
Oh,
Brilliant.
so Ben, when he's complaining about our editing, it's all doing it for him.
Any of
does
these.
Does it all for you?
It's got an AI thing. Does it even transcribes it and all that?
No.
We're coming for you, Eagle.
It can't transcribe me, but
I was going to say, does it need a translator?
It's a mess. It's a mess.
Perfect.
But it'll get you guys fine. But just on then, it's that thing. Just because I like to get into politics all the time, just because you guys are hearing it's different
Iona's
politics.
rolling her eyes.
But do you think Minette Batters thing? I mean, I think it would have had an impact on it for sure, because they couldn't really argue against it.
She wasn't allowed to talk about it in her
Yeah, she
report.
was
She's
banned
even
from
got a line in her report saying, I can't overlook that.
She has
wants to talk about it.
in the report. It says I was not allowed to comment on the Treasury matters, i.e. IHT, but I couldn't write this report without giving it a mention. But that's
acknowledging
it.
it.
That was the only mention of it.
Okay. But I wonder actually, because the decision came from number 10 as the story, so it wasn't actually like Rachel Reeves that
was
reversed
it?
It was Keir Starmer, so it's come from number 10. This was to be changed, and you know, I genuinely think the big factor for it. Well, two things. They do it at Christmas because they don't want a slagging from Kemi Badenoch, who's absolutely flying the now.
She's improved, isn't she?
She is flying the now. Like even getting ahead of generic and getting him sacked, you know, and showing him as a weasel.
Didn't see that happening.
And now he's joined the Field Conservative Party. Some folk call it reform, but
everyone that can't get a job elsewhere.
Yeah, well, not everybody that I don't know what they're like.
They're
Nigel
defecting left,
Farage
right,
is sabotaging himself because they've now turned that party into all the failed Tories.
Yeah, it's Conservative B, isn't it now? Really?
Well, and it's the disloyal ones.
Yeah,
and the ones that take the huff.
They won't be able to
don't get
handle
peerage.
them though.
Like,
how do they keep control of them? Like,
I think he's just setting himself up for a fall. I think he's lost a lot of. Well, I saw in the last poll that Tories had went up and they'd went down.
Did they?
Yeah,
I also think that he's
not above them, of course.
No, but like I also feel like he hasn't got any policies, and he's now a little bit nervous that he's actually could get in, and then he's completely stuffed because.
Well, that's part of the reason to take these people at generic and stuff on, because at least
slow
they've
them
been in. They can give them a job
Yeah.
and make them, because they've been in the shadow cabinet or whatever. But I just think he's shooting himself in the foot. You can tell I don't like him. But my big thing I thought with the inheritance tax was that the letters that were sent in by the farmers asking what day they had to kill themselves to save the family farm.
Yeah.
I genuinely think
there was a big piece on
because Labour would have been done. Like he'd have had to resign.
Yeah.
If that hit the news that they'd killed themselves because of this policy from Labour, he'd have been done.
But it had already happened. There had been farmers that had committed suicide.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm not disputing that point at all. What I would say with that is that can't just be the inheritance tax.
No.
I accept that might be an additional stress to someone who's maybe depressed or that, but there was people that the national one maybe that we're thinking
There
the
was
same
one on the
That
country
was
file with Tom Rees's dad who said I don't want to be around, and he's ill, but he said he said on BBC he was like I don't want to be around because by the time April 26 comes around because I need to have sorted this out.
Yeah,
but with no depression. That is literally purely on an
business,
IHT basis.
Yeah,
business
basis. And he was a prime example. Him and the people that wrote letters in saying, and I'm not saying that wasn't the case with the people that did take that would be a contributing factor, but a lot of those ones happened like a year ago. A lot can happen. Like
a lot can change,
especially with Labour. The U-turn, that's a 12 U-turns. Like.
I know, but maybe if you're in that mental space, so you're not thinking.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
absolutely.
That's what I mean.
It's the next an added. You're already there.
You're already on the verge of that, and that's an added thing.
That's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Exactly. So I'm not saying it wasn't a factor, but what I'm saying is like there was 2 years of time that something could happen.
Yeah.
Like
it's people that are not in that space that are literally
business
writing
decision.
in to do it on a business decision because they need to transfer the
save
farm,
their family
which is
farm.
a completely unjust and horrendous place to ever be in. And
Absolutely.
like you say, from a PR point of view, which is like you say, why they did it before. And that's what, and this is the big thing about Manette's report is there's a lot of stuff about collaboration in there, about collaboration and also getting more farmers into DEFRA to help with policy. Like you think SFI is a complete disaster. I actually think
I'm not saying it's a disaster.
No, but I think you think it's done.
I mean, free money is
done badly. I think that they were going in the right direction, but they still hadn't have enough input from farmers, and a lot of that is her saying we need more input into policy. But then DEFRA, or no, it wasn't DEFRA. It was like you say, it's come out of number 10. It's really hard to trust the governments because the decisions they make aren't long term, and the decisions they make are U-turnable instantaneously. So in the last, we're talking to some solicitors who sponsor the podcast, and they're saying, well, a lot of farms in the last 12 months have gone out and got advice and started changing things and spent a fortune with legal fees getting everything changed. So now actually a large percentage of them with this increase won't have to have bothered. They could have done what they were going to do, which was die and hand the farm over. So solicitors have done really well. And I said at the time, I was like, no one is going to be more important than a decent bank manager, a decent accountant, and a decent solicitor, because they're going to need to know how to split things up. You're going to need a decent land agent to value things a bit lower than potentially they need to be. And people have already spent the money. But the flip side and the positive side of it is that farming succession is not brilliant. We're not very good at talking about succession, doing succession, partly because of the fact that you die and you leave it and it's all fine, but partly because farmers like to still be there in their 90s. in the last 12 months, there have been more conversations about succession, about business ownership, and about the way that things are set up than there would have been in probably 30 years.
Oh, definitely.
And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I think the policy's awful, completely awful.
But that is a good positive.
But
Yep.
it has meant people are actually having communication because they've had to. And there should be an easier way to force people's hand. But yeah, there'll be people at my sort of age. Like there's people, I'm approaching my 40s. Dad is obviously older, but like dad would be 75 and even older. Granddad would still be holding the checkbook. 2 generations up. Now that conversation has to have happened. And I think that is, if there is any positive, and it's slim, that would be a positive.
Oh, I agree. That
Yeah,
chat.
I find it, because I mean, for us as we're first
timers,
generation,
yeah.
and I have this thing with the business that if like none of the kids want to do it, I'm happy to sell it. Like I have a totally different view. I understand, you know, Tom's both sides are farming, so I understand there's like a sentimental attachment to the farm. You want to keep it going. I totally understand that part, but 2 things. I don't want Harry coming first straight home. Like I want him to go. Me and Tom are young, so we, you know, I don't want to stand in his way when he comes home. So he needs to be like 25, he's 16 now. So he needs to be like 25. Also, he needs to go and get another boss. Like I need him to have a bad boss. You know, he needs a bad boss. He needs to be made to get out of bed at like 5 a.m. by someone else, not me.
Yep.
Or he needs to go to uni, or needs to see the world. Like all those things. Tom and I didn't do that stuff because we had kids very young, and then we were on the workforce. You know, that's just what we did. But
What age are you, Sophie?
I'm 35.
Are you
So,
35?
yeah.
Yeah, very young. And you've got a 14-year-old.
A 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So kids
Some
at
girl,
18,
eh?
teen
Yeah.
mum.
Good on you.
Teen mum.
Aye, but look
Not
at you now,
banned.
but
Not
look at you now, like you're still in your prime and you've got
Yeah.
kids that are at working age. You know, that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. He's
That's the
he's
win.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
you shown
paid him.
any
didn't
interest?
us? Harry's keen. He
Is
looked
he?
us up on Company's House the other day. This is hilarious. Like doing business A level. So he's like,
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
you up on Company's House. I was like, how did you know the business name? He's like, Gregory Agri. It's not very original.
I like it.
Like, well done. He's like, I think I want to do the farm.
Is that because he's looked at the turnover?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He saw the last,
thing.
he saw the last
He
set of
looks at
accounts.
turnover. I'm like, you didn't look at the bottom line, did you? So he's super keen, but I want him to go away. But also, when he comes back, he'll have to buy in. Like, I have this big thing. I won't give it to him. We didn't get given anything. So like he'll buy in. But I think that's important. I think it makes you hungry, and I think it makes you really think about whether you want to do it or not.
So how do you build up, like how do you start 2 dairies and buy the cows and the stock and all that from nothing?
So Tom was cattle foot trimming. So as you'll know, like for those who don't know,
The
cattle
richest,
foot
guy,
trimming.
the richest guy I know is a cattle foot trimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is.
So it makes sense now.
Yeah, YouTube and cattle foot trimming is
Yeah.
But the actual foot trimming, very well paid, piece rate, like shearing, like scanning, all of that stuff, piece rate. If you put the hours
Yeah.
in, so he was earning good money doing that, and I was doing my accountancy training, blah blah, blah, and probably not earning good money, but having kids, and then we saved a lot of money. Did a veal business, so we were rearing cattle to 9 months. We basically did it with a business partner a local farm who had 5 dairies at the time, all organic, had started off 1 tenancy. And he built this business that we always told, look for someone who you want to replicate, basically. And he farmed next door. We knew that he walked his dog on a Sunday there, so we basically stalked him. Got into business with him. Mike, he's brilliant. Did veal with him. Took all his TB calves, reared them to 9 months. Solved a problem. We were like, what problem has he got? As Mike Tizard. He can't get rid of his bull calves. Before sex semen, like he could not get rid of them. And organically you can't shoot them.
Yeah.
So like it was before all of that. So we used to rear them to 9 months. It never made any money, but it tied money up. So we had a big chunk of money to go.
Yeah, you grew an asset.
Yeah, exactly. Grow an asset. We were renting, very like you. We had an acre and 5 barns. Like that's what we rent, and it was like 400 quid a month. It was like amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Tom was foot trimming. I was doing my accountancy. I had 2 young kids, training, blah blah blah. And then this farm came up. Tom knew this farm was coming up, and because we foot trimmed there, and yeah, you know how talk goes. And we went and actually walked around it, like before it was even on the market, like properly sussed the whole thing out. It was like 600 acres, never comes up in one block down by us. Approached Mike, said, what about share farming? And he was like, no way. I went back to him again. He was like, okay, we'll look at it. Didn't go to the viewing day. Mike was away, and 30 people went for it, and we ended up getting it. Went in at 20. He went in at 80%. He had the money to go. We had some money. Built it from 280 cows, and then...
Oh, so this is Mike was a partner in this?
Yeah, business partner, yeah. So different from the landlord. So George is the landlord. share farm. It's not so common in the UK, big in New Zealand.
Okay.
And we bought him out to 50% through profit in the first 5 years, capped at 50, and then the agreement was one of us would go at the end of the tenancy. So it was a 10-year tenancy, and it took us probably 3 years to come to an agreement at the end.
Okay.
In the end, we actually put an amount in an envelope, gave it to our accountant, and met in the middle because there was a goodwill figure. Mike wanted a goodwill figure for leaving because business was very viable.
Yes, He's leaving her behind
exactly.
a passive income.
Absolutely. He used to come down once a week to begin with, once a month, and then probably every 6 months. Like it was a passive. He used to take 50% of the profit, but we'd never be here today without him. Like absolutely the biggest thing in our business was him.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense because obviously for anyone looking outside knows the costs of getting into dairy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Absolutely. It's not a first generation
No.
Capital that you need to put in.
Sheep is doable, but
And we went hard and fast. You know, we worked. You know, just slogged it basically. Bought as much as we could every year. Used our overdraft to pay tax. Just every single year.
If you didn't, you'd have to give half the profit to him. So you may as well spend.
Well, exactly.
Make those figures add up.
I know.
That's what happens when you've got an accountant in the
We're only
business.
getting half this profit anyway, so let's just buy as much as we can.
Well, no. So then we bought him out 2 years ago, nearly, and then negotiated the tenancy. And then Tom, but we kind of knew this other dairy was coming up about a year ago, but 6 months ago we got it. So conventional there, and that's in our name, no share farming.
So you've only just started?
6 months ago, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've only been there twice, so it's very much.
But now you've got this great, CV that you can go and show when you're applying for these things. Look, we've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a tenancy, we can do it.
We've got the figures, and also probably the reputation, a big thing for us. People laugh about this, but I needed to make it difficult for the landlord to say no to us instead of Mike at the end of the tenancy. Like he needed to and we have a really good relationship. He loves all the other stuff we do as well. Like we have kids on farm. We've actually got a classroom on farm, which is fantastic. We have we had 2,000 people through the farm last year through Open Farm Sunday, and then 500 school kids through the farm. So just all those things he loves. So I think reputational wise, it helps. All of that stuff.
Yeah. When you're saying about, did you make an offer? Did you both try and buy it from that, or you just agreed between yourselves you were having it?
He wanted a different goodwill figure.
Crystalyx Extra High Energy feed blocks have been providing high energy supplementation to ewes, lambs and rams in the UK since 1978. Packed full of protein, vitamins, minerals and trace elements, Crystalyx Extra High Energy has been proven to increase live lamb numbers and improve lamb daily live weight gain at a cost of only 4 to 7 pence per ewe per day. To view the full Crystalyx range and find your nearest stockist, visit crystalyx-global.com.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's now got 8 dairies, and 4 are owned. Yeah. So he started from one tenancy.
Good.
Yeah.
And
he's a serious guy.
Yeah, he's built himself up as well, just incredibly.
Yeah, and he's very understated. No one would know him. He would not do any of this stuff. He's got the most interesting story as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like one you should get on the podcast.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I have a theory about the future of dairy.
Yeah, go on, hit me.
I haven't aired here, but this seems like the time to do it.
Yeah.
Did I mention this in a podcast? No, I didn't. I mentioned this at an NFU meeting, and I get
God, I'm worried about
strange
this now.
looks. Okay, hear me out. Right, I think dairy farming is getting too easy. That's my headline. That's my attention grabber.
Right.
Let me explain.
What do they call it? Clickbait?
Clickbait. That was my clickbait line. Everything now, is so automated and on computers. And, the skill of the dairyman and the stockman aren't as sought after, maybe more in your system than some other permanently inside systems. But I wonder if it's getting to the point now where if it wasn't for the lack of profit in dairy farming, big business would bully its way in and start running all the dairy farms.
Well, they've done it in New Zealand. Yeah.
Turkey. See, I went to Turkey. See all the big sheep outfits?
Yeah.
Investment companies.
Yeah.
Wages are £500 a month. The sheep are inside on slats all year. Their lamb price is the same as ours. Everything's controllable. See, when they're inside all the time, it's easy. It's all controllable. It's all a set system.
Yeah.
I'm
not interested in that system.
I know you're not, but what I'm saying, that's my theory about dairy, is that are we getting so efficient with things with robots and collars telling you when they're in heat, when to AI?
Yeah.
Are we getting so efficient with that if it was just for the fact that milk was worth more money, big business would be pushing its way in?
It's interesting. Australia was the same when I was out there. It was,
So it's big money as well?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're more
I think
stable.
America's like that in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw the Farmflix video of the guy at Drumgoon Dairy. I don't know if you follow them on Facebook.
No.
Drumgoon Dairy, unbelievable. 5,000 cattle under one shed. But they spent don't quote me exactly, but like 35 million on building this new dairy.
Yeah, I mean, America
If
is
you've got
like
35 million, why you want to milk cows?
yeah.
Yeah, do
But
something-
it's mental.
something
It's
else.
like
Buy an
it's
island.
mental. It's like you go to,
5 million, you'd be still be doing this.
That's different, but we're all sick.
but it's crazy. It, like in America, the system is all the same. Like it's literally a textbook.
Yeah.
Like it's a textbook system. Whereas
And you
that's
have
what I
some
love about
Mexican
the UK.
Mexican boys do all the work.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
And
don't
it-
need to be a stocksman.
No, but in the UK, because we haven't got that land capacity, they're smaller. I'm not worried about it dominating because, like, road wise, like we can't just.
Can't expand into mega areas.
No, and I think like what I always look. We've got some tech. We've got cow manager in the ears. Me and Lottie, my main girl, still spot mastitis before it comes up on there. Like I still think that like if you don't have the right staff, you can't replace.
Do you think that it's...
I don't think you do it as well.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just thinking like the robot systems where they're getting milked 3 times a day and those robots just pick it up as quick as they need to pick it up, really. I know, yes, they can be better. I'm not arguing that.
No.
But you just need to be enough for these big
Yeah.
businesses. I mean, I think it literally just comes down to profit margin. There's no money in dairy. So big investment companies go, well, I'm not going to go after a 1% return.
Yeah, the return on capital invested is not good not good enough, especially now in the downturn. I think a friend of mine who's an ex-dairy farmer actually and is now a businessman, done very well for himself doing lots of different things. He's like, the dairy model is the perfect business because the cash is constant and actually your cash, okay, when prices go down, but the actual cash flow itself is weekly or monthly, however your weekly check
2
comes
weeks,
in.
yeah.
So actually, from a business point of view, you've always got cash. And that's where other farming systems, my farming system particularly, falls down, is that we are very cash hungry in August, September, where a lot of our costs go in. But actually through December, January, where we're selling stuff out, we're quite good. But our cash flow on an annual basis is really peak and trough.
Yeah.
Whereas on a dairy business, once you're milking, and okay, you have times where you're drying off in bits and bobs, but it's a very consistent business model. But I think you're right. I think it's the return on capital invested. It takes a long time to pay off. And the thing with doing it big is like if you're saying 35 million, there's probably a better way to invest that money still.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's just a passion that guy has over there. But now we're on this, we're into meet the farmers, the big debate here. I feel like we're having a big debate because here's my next...
Ben will love this.
Here's my next point that I probably shouldn't say on social media thing, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? Hear me out. The thing that saves farming, and farming's the last essential commodity, food that is done by the little guys, by us. Everything, water with you guys in England, we're publicly owned here, but you guys, it's all owned by Chinese corporations and, all your gas, electric, all these things. Food is still done by little guys. And I have the opinion that the lack of profit is what saves the family farms.
Interesting.
Do you think it's... how do you phrase this? Do you think it's actually the lack of profit, or do you think it's the tax accounts that people see?
I think it's actually the lack of profit.
Do you?
Yeah.
In everything?
Because what you're not factoring in is your time.
Oh, we're terrible at that.
See if someone was to pay me, £18 an hour.
$12.50.
Even 12. Let's
Generous,
go 12.
generous.
I'll take $12.50 happily.
Yeah.
But let's say someone's to pay me $12.50 an hour for all the hours Lizzie and I put in, right? So it's 25 quid. Like the losses this would be making is insane. And that goes to every farm, if you're to be fully paid for everything and your holidays, then holiday cover, and all these other things that have to be done. Sick pay if somebody gets hurt rather than you go out and slog it out. No way farms.
Do you think
not every farm.
No,
but
and
organic dairy farms are fine, but
organic dairy farms, they're cheap, £12.50 an hour.
Yeah,
We've been on 45 quid an hour for the last. But yeah, but that is inherently a problem with. Is that inherently a problem with farming businesses?
Is it a good thing?
Is it a good? Yeah, is it a good thing?
Would there be family farming businesses
But why
if
are
there was
those people
$100,000 a
doing
year
it?
profit in it?
Because we're all sick in the head.
No, but but it's the capital asset behind there, isn't it? It's that whole ownership of that. A lot of those family farms that don't make money have got a lot of capital in terms of the land.
Most farmers are millionaires. I'm
Yeah.
not arguing that point. That's a fair point. I'm not arguing that point. But the money is not there. The return. This is what when the inheritance tax argument was coming, I listened to the BBC Scotland radio, and these folk are all phoning up going, "Oh, pay their taxes like everybody else." and X, Y, and Z, all this stupid nonsense, right? And I've never seen a poor farmer, he's a Range Rover and all this chat. You know, you've heard all the chat. But the point I made the point, see if we had the mentality of those people, we would sell the farm and go and live in Spain.
Yeah.
Why would you do what we're doing?
Well, you'd rent the farm out, let someone else pay for it.
Yeah,
but do you think
you're sitting on God knows, well, you're tenanted, so it's not the same, but like, I'm sitting on £1 million, all right, I only own 25% of it, but still, one day I'll be sitting on £1 million thing. The sensible thing is sell that, have £1 million in your bank, and just buy a nice house in Spain.
I'm going to get a job.
And I'll just like 10%, get a good investment banker.
Find somebody that can put 7-8% on your money.
Could you pay for the farm without doing the other stuff? Would your farming enterprise pay for it?
No.
I wouldn't
have got a mortgage.
No.
I wouldn't have got a mortgage without the sheep game.
So that is, and see, that's the position we're in, isn't it?
Like my farm has never made that. The farm right now, I don't even know what the figure is, but the farm right now owes the sheep game like £300,000. Because
for the deposit going in,
part of it's that, but like another 150 is just because I drain it. I'm just chasing. We bought all those cows and like I want to tell you, like it's ridiculous. The sheep game does great. I'm just leech. I mean,
but why do you do it?
My
Because you love
accountant's
it.
like steady up. Aye.
That's the answer then.
It's
because we love it.
Because we love it. It's not about profit. But what I'm saying is, if there was profit, we'd be muscled out.
So then all the big business, all your big
multinationals
that sit there, like you say, your Chinese, or from us, it's like the Americans, Cargill, massive.
Yeah.
They are sat out there going, actually, we'll just make money out of the farmers because that's a way better. Like Syngenta, your big chem companies, be like, we could go and farm, but that seems like a really, really bad way to invest our money. So let's just invest it in chemicals the farmers then buy off us, or the feed mill, because we've got the feed mill and they'll sell us gain at terrible prices, or So actually, we'll just hold back. And like you say, that maybe that is the saving grace of the farming system, is that we go, all the big companies that sit there and would look at a set of accounts and be like, sorry, this farm costs you £2.5 million and it's losing 40 grand a year. Well, strike that off, sell it, £2.5 million in the bank. Thanks very much.
Well, if you could get yourself a good investment banker now, the way the market's going, probably easily get you a 7% return on your money.
Yeah.
So, all right, I don't have the £1 million, but when somebody, say I was a generational farmer and I owned this farm that's £1 million, well, I could get 70 grand a year and my £1 million safe and live off 70 grand a year doing nothing. Now, £1 million nothing in farming. Farms around here are 2 and 3 million. It's quite cheap in this area, but right, you've got 2 million. There's 140 grand a year. Why are you knocking your pan in?
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, why are you running about like a fool, like doing the things we're doing? It's because we're obsessed with it. We love it. It's in the, and we're different for these people that are phoning in saying pay your taxes like everyone else. The mentality is different.
Yeah.
But that is my point, is that actually those tight profits and us being sick in the head, it protects farming. Like, I don't think there would be there would be some family farms, of course, because the folk will never give it up. But eventually that will filter out as well. Generationally, they'll get softer. We're in a period just now where all the generations are soft.
There was Minette actually mentioned it. Minette mentioned it. There was because we were talking about work, getting people to work and getting people onto farm, a staff crisis in general, whether that's skilled, unskilled, getting people to stay, because it's graft. And you're in all. And she said that she had one farm that she'd spoken to. They have got a queue for staff on to work for them because they just do 4-hour shifts. And you'll look at me like, 4 hours? That's mental. You only get something done. But they just do 4-hour shifts, and they're on for 4 hours, then they're off, and they've got people queuing, and they've changed the entire system. So they've got lots of staff, but they just do 4-hour shifts. And like you say, we're in a generation now where I think that probably this next generation Z or whatever we're on, they probably have a better understanding of work-life balance, and they're not as sick in the head to be out at 4 o'clock in the morning lambing a sheep in the pissing wet on the side of a Scottish mountain. Like they have a different view on what they, and maybe they're soft. I would call them soft. Like this whole 2026, you can't say anything to anyone without being accused of not being woke enough or whatever else it might be. But actually, then there's part of me that looks at it being like, but they'll be able to retire at 65 with a pension and go and live in Lanzarote and have a lovely time. And you think, well, maybe we haven't thought, and a bit like this, talking back to the IHT stuff, like £1 million, as you said, gets you nothing. Like gets you nothing really. Not that this isn't nothing, but you know what I mean. In farming schemes. Oh dear. Anyway, in farming schemes, it's not as it was not as much as it needed to be. But £1 million there, and you're there going, well, actually, like you say, I could just invest that, or I could rent the farm out. I could take a rent and have the money invested. I could remortgage the farm, make the rent pay for the mortgage, and then put the money into with an investor who's making me 7%. I'm paying the mortgage off with the rent. Thanks very much. This is a lovely living. I'll go and buy an island. I'll buy Necker. Great, having a lovely time. Me and Richard Branson together.
Is that all right? I was going to say, is that the real name for Epstein's one? It must be for sale soon, is it not? What's happening with that?
I bet it's
Must
cheap.
have it
I bet it's cheap.
That's bound to be
I bet it'd be cheap.
shady. It'll be.
Oh,
Nothing to do
yeah.
with that.
I'm not sure
you do
you.
with that.
Nothing.
None.
No.
Set fire
Like
to
a
it.
Somebody will buy it.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, but I'm not sure the sheep game and Epstein are going to go well together.
No, if we bought the island,
Yeah,
no, I'll stick to getting a few acres locally.
maybe buy an island off the north of Scotland somewhere, and it might
Iona?
it will stick with
Yeah,
the brand.
I know.
Iona.
On
Iona's an
brand.
island,
It's on brand.
Iona. Iona's that's quite an expensive island. It's a big one. You can buy Scottish islands. They do
Yeah.
come up quite often. Yeah,
Can
yeah.
they?
Can we ask you a question?
Go. Any
What's
questions?
Iona's job title?
Did you ask her that?
No, I haven't yet.
No, we haven't.
I
We've
don't even
saved
We were
Was
it.
that-
saving it because
I want to say, is there something written on paper? Is there?
Ops manager.
I want to say that. It sounds good. Operations manager.
Operations
What have you wrote
manager.
down? I think when you started, you said, "What's my job title?" You mean? I says, "Oh, you just decide."
Yeah.
Have you got a job
What
title?
did you decide?
I don't know. I don't know what's in my contract.
Do you have a contract?
Do you have a
I
contract?
wrote my own contract.
That's so good.
I needed it because what was I? Needed it
A mortgage
for
or something?
My mortgage.
Yeah, you're a mortgage.
I was selling my flat and buying somewhere else, and I needed it.
I need to look official.
She wrote her own employment contract. Aye, man. What did you
So
put a job
good.
title?
I don't know.
Operations
don't know.
manager.
No, I wouldn't have put that.
I don't know. Operations
wanna
manager
manage
sounds good.
anything.
Yeah. Just does everything. Aye, aye.
Do you have good job variety, Iona?
Yeah. Oh, aye. Yeah. There's lots going on.
Yeah. Taxi driver is the latest one.
Yeah, I know.
Did you
Very
I know,
comfortable
don't tell
ride.
insurance about that one.
So,
Do you like your job?
Yeah.
With more
Convincing.
confidence. With more confidence.
Convincing, right? That's enough questions.
No,
now.
there's lots. No. That's
Do you know the
okay.
good thing she said that like I could like not go to work for like 3 days
You
for a
wouldn't
whole
have a
week.
clue.
I have no idea.
No, but I couldn't.
No, I know you wouldn't. But that's why I don't need to know. Like I don't need to know because I just know she gets this.
Does
do it.
the sheep game survive without her?
No.
I'm
Honestly,
genuinely interested.
she's not in the
I'm
market.
genuinely interested.
I
I know this is your podcast, but I'm genuinely interested in how the rise of the sheep game and obviously and how it funds everything else. And then I like the idea. So I am in my business. I am doing everything in my power to do business without having to employ anybody because I'm terrified. We had the most amazing employee who started on the farm when he was 15, retired when he was 65, did 50 years, one stint,
Wow.
came back. His dad had got him. His dad worked on the farm. He was actually there before Dad. He'd started in 1967. Dad started in 68. Retired in 2017. The best bloke ever. Sadly, now passed away. The best, cared about the farm as much as everything else. And I've got lots of friends around us that are employing lots of different people. They have some really good people, but they have a lot of not so good people. And I genuinely think with what you've done with the sheep game and stuff, I'm like, how do you then let go? Because it's you. Like the sheep game is you. You are the brand. How do you? It's that letting go of control. And obviously you've got somebody fantastic, but that letting go of control initially must be difficult.
yeah.
It was probably a bedding in period though. Like it wasn't as if one day Cammy was doing everything and then the next day
we
I
worked
was.
together initially and then just slowly
slowly-
everything handed over to Iona.
You
Just
realised
goes,
that she was better at it than you.
Oh, there's no
This is
question.
better.
No, I am the most disorganised. I mean, MD that's listening to this thinking I texted him 3 weeks ago multiple times. I've still not heard back. Like and honestly, it's stressful. Like the amount of messages I've got that I just don't get back to. Because what I do that old thing. You're doing something you're like, I'll get back
I'm
to them.
awful for it.
And then I get 6 more messages that day,
Yeah.
and it's a way doing the list, and then you'll see them and be like, oh God, that's right, you messaged me. I never get back to you. And it's
If I don't reply immediately, you're not getting a reply.
Oh, it's
I'm
terrible.
awful.
Aye.
Yeah,
Awful.
my motto's Ohio.
I only handle it once.
Only
I've learned.
handle it once.
She's taught me these ones, yeah.
Emails are the worst. I'll read an email and I'll be doing something else. I'll read it and then, like you say, you get 1,000 junk emails as well, so it goes down.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then I'll send a reminder being like, "Hi Ali, really needed this last week."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Iona pins them. She pins them up the top.
Pins.
I only do them once a week.
And also take
Like, on
the
one
time
day.
and unsubscribe from all the
Crap.
all the
Yes,
crap
I did
'cause
that.
it
We
clears
changed our
out.
farm email. So our farm email was the original email when the internet first existed, and then BT started charging us a fortune for it. So I got rid of it, and when I set an auto forward, so they'd all come through, and they were coming through individually. I just click unsubscribe. It's the most satisfying thing. in the world.
I've still got my
good.
email address from when I was probably 10. Sophie Applin 999 at AOL.com.
AOL.
999.
Yeah, 999.
Were you in the police?
Yeah, in the
Did you
police.
like the police?
Yeah, I loved the police.
Did you?
Yeah, I loved
Were you
it.
accident- you weren't in the
No,
police,
no,
though?
no.
No,
But
no.
I just thought,
No,
I just
999.
thought I could be.
Okay. Interestingly, I changed my initial email address to join the police.
Did you?
Yeah, so...
What was
So
your, what
to
was
be
your
more
original one?
professional.
Well, right, so...
Cammy Big Legend 69 at
No,
hotmail.com.
just big leg. No, jokes. That's a terrible joke. The original one was, and see if you don't know this film, the original one was It's All in the Hips at hotmail.com, which sounds sexual, but it actually wasn't. What film is that? It's all in the hips. It's
Golfing?
all in. It was golfing, yeah. That's what I'll put, yeah.
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, wow, was it?
Yeah, Chubbs is like, it's all in the hips. And I must have been at the computer.
Yeah.
And I must have just seen that, or it was on the TV. I can't just remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that'll do it. It's all in the hips. But me being probably 16 or something like that. As you get to an adult, I'm going to apply for the police. I'm like, well, it
Better
just
change
sounds,
this.
It sounds sexual, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds. So I'm like, I can't
All in the
apply.
hips.
I can't send my application to the police. It's all in the hips. So I deleted my Bebo and I changed my.
We were
do you remember
talking
me
about that
You
on
changed
the
the
way.
top 9 and
and deleted my and made it 19 months and
MySpace.
19.
mine was
I didn't have MySpace, but yeah,
mine was
MySpace.
Ali
God.
Monster 34 because I just watched Ali G and it was Ali Mon and I wanted Ali Mon and somebody had already taken that, so I was like Ali Monster, and then somebody had taken that and then it was Ali Monster 34. Anyway, I had that for years. I've still got it. I use it to sign up if there's something that's going to be really like spammy. Just use that one. Problem is I've got no idea what the password is, and now every website you sign up to, they're like, we've sent you a verification code. Oh, Jesus
It's the
Christ.
wrong
Okay,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Text instead. Allergy was very good actually.
Yeah, Ali G.
You were,
Ali
you were
Mon.
too young for
You're too
Allergy,
young,
weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
shot.
select.
Yeah, it was iconic actually. He did well. So listen, great chat. Meet the Farmers. We'll need to tune on. Obviously, Minute Batters is a big one to listen to. What does the future hold? What's going to happen? Not so much for the podcast. Obviously, that's going to go from strength to strength. I can see he's already do a lot of presenting stuff
Oh,
and
they're
talking
made
things.
for
But
it, aren't they?
like Wallace Curry does a lot of things like that as well.
Yeah,
You know,
Wallace,
I
the
can see he's
hosting stuff. Yeah, they're quite fun.
Touring about, doing a lot of that. Like
Yeah.
these are just perfect for it. Good duo, actually.
Great duo.
What's a man and woman duo from the TV? Is there any?
Holly Willoughby, who was
Yeah, and
she?
Philip
Hollywood, well,
I feel like she's got
Dermot O'Leary, like a poor man's Ant and Dec, aren't we? Really?
No, but like you're going to say Phil and Holly
Yeah.
Bill and Holly.
in the glory days.
Yeah, before.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Before it came out.
Yeah.
So
Richard and Judy. Oh,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
no, they were
Yeah.
husband and wife.
yeah, but did
I
they
think we've
follow
got
it?
like a more Matt. Do you Radio 1? Matt Edmondson
Matt
and Molly
Molly.
King.
Yeah,
Matt
Matt
and
and
Molly.
Molly.
I don't-
Yeah,
I've
And
got-
she's
I've
hot.
got
I'll take that.
Ed Balls and
Balls.
Rachel.
Yep.
Is it Rachel on ITV this morning?
I don't know.
Susanna
TV.
Reid.
Susanna Reid.
Reid.
Ed
Great.
Balls,
Great
Susanna
podcast.
Reid.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot
I've been
like
called
that.
worse. I've been called worse. I'll take it.
Yeah, Ed
yeah.
Balls.
Take
My
it.
favourite podcast. That's not true. My second favourite podcast.
Behind Meet the Farmers.
Behind
and
Meet
Big
the
Debate.
Farmers. Yeah,
course.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Not Political Currency, great podcast. Ed Balls, very witty guy. He's good.
I might listen to that. Which I'm getting more into podcasts now that we're on one. Because I
Yeah.
thought I'd better actually listen to how this job
What
works.
do you usually listen to in the tractor? Oh, you just watch
Radio 1, man. I'm terrible. And I'm literally scrolling.
You're not even Radio 2 now.
All right.
I'm Radio 2.
I'm Radio 2.
Yeah.
I love Radio 2.
I need to.
I'm Radio 4.
And I do
Are
like
you?
Radio
On
4.
BBC
My
Scotland.
dad,
You're so well read, Cammy.
Farming Today.
I'm so miserable. Farming Today is brilliant. I listened to that
love
podcast.
It was like Life Made when I went on that.
I'm BBC Scotland until they start doing like the music-y art stuff in the middle of the day,
And
and
then
then
you
I'm in a
change over.
podcast, or if I'm in the car, it's like Radio 4.
I'm
Pretty
just-
good Radio 4,
I
isn't
like
it?
Bit
It's
Radio
really
4.
good.
I'm usually just on
Documentaries, good,
autosave scrolling through and trying to avoid telegraph poles. That's pretty much just like doom
Because
scrolling.
you're just in GPS,
I
aren't
do.
you?
Yeah,
Yes,
GPS,
I do.
yeah.
Quite
I haven't
strict
driven a
on that
tractor in a
doom
straight line for
scrolling.
10
I
years
don't have time.
You just
I
stay
don't
off
have,
it.
I just don't have. I've normally got gloves on if I'm with the cows, so I just can't. That's why sometimes you'll get like a load of stuff uploaded at the same time because I've just taken it and then I've just been like,
Do you do TikTok or any of those things?
oh, I'm too old for TikTok. My kids have put some stuff on there under me, but I'm
I
not.
feel a bit like that. I do have a TikTok, but I just mainly do sharing videos on it.
The
You do a bit of TikTok.
yeah, but the TikTok algorithm annoys me so much that I can't
don't
cope with
understand
it.
it.
Like and it's just the Instagram algorithm annoys me as well because the videos you put the least effort into always fly, and then the ones that you actually try and edit, they're like,
You've
nah.
said
I hate how much people
Yeah, I
like
don't try and
tractors.
edit TikTok videos. I just shear a sheep and put it up, and folk love it.
Yeah, people love
There's
that.
weird things like hoof trimming is one,
Yeah,
sheep shearing's another.
clearing out barns. They
Collie
love
dogs,
it.
collie
Literally.
dogs working.
Oh,
like,
I've got a lot of
clearing
collie
out
dogs.
barns. Yep.
Yeah.
Got
like-
5 collie dogs.
Like folk love dogs working. There's certain things you
Yeah.
don't need any editing, just post it and folk
No,
are
no.
like, well, cows.
and-
Almost any video with a bit of cattle in it. Not so much dairy cows.
No.
The videos don't really fly so much, but see like beef, like a good herd of beef cattle. those videos all seem to get a lot of views.
And also
it's funny.
mistakes and accidents. I tripped over a cobble a couple of days ago.
That was a belter.
I went flying, arse over tit, like properly
you?
flying, and it just flew because it was very funny. She sent it to Annie, and my wife Annie, and she all I got back was just a more laughing emojis than I've ever seen in my entire life. And I went down hard.
That's your home CCTV.
Home CCTV. And as I went down, it was one of those things that I'm getting to the age now where you're like, which bit of surgery do you save as you land? I hadn't been down for a long time, just caught a cobble. Right, so I had my knee done this time last year. The shoulder's been done twice. So I ended up just like sacrificing the shoulder, but it was all fine. But then somebody replied on my Instagram, was like, "Are you at the age where you fell, or have you had a fall?" I was like, "All right, rude."
That's a good definition. In fact, the interesting thing, like now at that age, like if you fall, like used to will still be quite lithe, I would think, and girls get a bit longer at it. I think they're just better built. But like you fall and you just have to stop for a minute to be like, right,
am I?
You have to assess.
Am I okay?
Am I okay?
You're just like, it's slowly opening
exactly.
back up again.
You just want to cry, Mommy.
No sudden movements, because if you do, the back will go. You might have survived the fall, but if you get up too quick, your back will go. It reminds me, I don't know if I said this in the podcast, there is some absolutely hilarious people on TikTok and social media, like with kid stuff. And one of my favourite is like, I think he's just a guy for the Philippines, an Asian guy. It's just one thing they don't tell you about having kids. Oh, he's an Indian guy, that's what it was. One thing they don't tell you about having kids is how often you have to get up from where you're sitting. And honestly, I just laugh so hard because it is so frustrating. Like you sit down and it's like, I want this, or come and wipe my bum. That's what I'm doing. 3 of them come and wipe my bum. You're like, right, up we go. And if you don't go to them, they'll come to you, which is worse.
Even worse.
I saw somewhere else that kids under the age of 6 ask 180 questions per hour.
Yeah, that's Lizzie sent me that.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere, and I was like, we've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
No wonder our brains are fried by the end of the day.
Yeah. Did you tell us the age of your kids?
The kids, what are the kids? India, the eldest, she's 6, and the twins are twins will be 4 in March. So the first year of twin life was pretty grafty.
Terrible.
Well, you've got 3 under.
It's terrible now.
Well,
there was 3 under 3 at one time.
Yeah.
So I suppose probably similar.
Yeah, so we had 3 under 3.
But you've got 2 at once.
Yeah, 3 under 3. Yeah. So 2. We had with India was 2 and a bit when the twins were born. That first year was sloggy. They're amazing. Like now that they're going to be approaching 4, India's 6. Like they're awesome. Yeah. They are so awesome, and they're a good. And actually having them like But for the first year was. I'll tell you what.
Give them back.
Yeah. If there's a return policy,
you realise that you've chosen your life partner well, because it's like without Annie, like, I don't know how I would never have survived on my own. I think Annie might say the same. I don't know if she would actually. She would survive. She's very good. She's very good.
Women are much harder.
They are unbelievable. Like women are just especially when they become like the mothers of the site. They're phenomenal, and the care that they put into those kids. Like sometimes I'm like, India, just. No, I'm not going to tell you. Just shut up. And Annie's like, they're a different. They are a different breed. You're a different breed for a reason. You are phenomenal, and we would be completely screwed if we had to. Actually, the only thing is that if it was men, there wouldn't be a population crisis, because we do it once and be like, that was terrible. Not doing that again.
Would we even do it once?
No.
Like, oh god.
Looks like it hurts. It looks like the pain. I only want somebody I can go kick a football with. Like, that's just what I'm here for.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, man. It would just be a disaster. Interestingly, you mentioned the population. Just another wee debate thing. I know it's getting very cold in here.
It's so cold.
I know the heat goes so fast in here. I'm going to work on it and make something better one day.
Rustic.
It's rustic, exactly. But do you actually think, all the chat now is that this population crisis, it's tanking.
Yeah.
Mining. Along with drinking. Do you think the thing are linked? That's what I want to know. Alcohol is at its lowest consumption levels. I saw a graph the other day, lowest consumption levels since 2000 and some time. I can't remember when. It peaked 2005, 2008, which is when I was at university, and I went to university teetotal and left a pisshead. So I think there was
the glory days.
Yeah. But do you think the population crisis is shrinking with people aren't drunk enough and not having a drunken cuddle? Is that the
maybe?
Oh,
it could be a link.
Interesting alcohol thing. Yeah, I mean, you'd argue that's a right good thing. I think it could be a right good.
But what people are doing at university, that's what worries me. Like, if you're not going out to the pub,
not good for your mental health, is it? Like if they're
also,
all like,
are they moving to other stuff? That's what I'm worried about.
Are they not all worrying about stuff?
Yeah.
Is that not what students do now? They worry about what about the planet?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What about these
those cows?
What about the dairy farmers? Yeah, what about the cows are ruining the planet?
Yeah.
And you want to go to the pub?
Yeah.
They're just farting.
Those damn cows.
You want to go to the pub and there's people eating dairy produce.
just awful. There's people flying to Glasgow and back in a day for a podcast.
For a podcast. And you want me to go to the pub and drink poison in our bodies. I think that is what's happening.
Yeah,
I think they're just worried.
I think expense as well. I would say half my friends aren't having kids. Crazy.
Yeah, expense.
Yeah, they just say it's too expensive.
Is it though? It's not.
But I do think they are.
Is
You
it
can
too
do them
expensive or-
cheaply.
yeah.
Like my kids have been dragged up. You know,
Yeah, you can absolutely
in
do
a
them
way.
cheap, like-
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just more choosing to spend their money on other things.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is
it's
fair.
an excuse.
I think you can choose. Yeah, but you also choose where you spend the money on them. Like some, you know.
Yeah, but is it not just an excuse people use now? Like, oh, it's too expensive.
Yeah,
Rather
but
than
also
just saying
people
it.
become
Well, it just-
selfish with their time. Like they don't want to do. You know, they want to spend time. You know, doing other stuff.
Yeah, it is
What do they call them? Dinks. Dual income, no kids.
dual income,
No
kids.
kids.
Dinks. Is that what
Dinks,
they're
yeah,
called?
I think that's the called. Dual income, no kids.
But then the more of them we have, the harder it is for the people having kids because house prices keep going up because these people have more money.
Buy bigger houses.
Yeah.
So everything gets more expensive because now the people with kids have got to compete with the people that don't have
Do
kids.
you think it's made people... God, this is getting serious now.
No,
do you think
I
it's
love a
made
debate.
people...
Let's get into it.
But do you think it's made people consider more whether they actually want kids or whether... Like you go through life and particularly historically, like you find a life partner, you find someone that's stupid enough to marry you, you get married, and then you're like, oh, we're married now, we better have kids, and that's like your progression. Do you think now people are like, you know what, we don't have to do that? Maybe that's not the... Maybe that actually, maybe I didn't want kids, whereas before it's like very societal. That was society. You grow up, you get married, you buy a house, you have children. The children move out, you get a bit sad, you buy a smaller house. The children look after you. Job done. Do you think people are thinking more about actually, do I need the kids part? I think it's very sad because family life is incredible.
Oh
frankly,
yeah, well
but-
I think and Iona's you've not got, but she's obviously gonna. Well, you plan to have kids. You're not in the offence. You definitely want to have kids. So it's not that we're talking about something that's going to offend you here. But I mean, the biggest factor with it, from anything I can gather, and this is more from listening to more intelligent people than me saying this, is just like is women are more educated. So women are more educated. They have better jobs. They have more career driven.
Yeah.
Whereas historically, the woman was at home and had the kids, and that was her life, and obviously great, loved it, but it's just changing times. Women go to university now and they get a...
And are they meeting later? Like, are people meeting their partners
Yeah, I think
later
they
in
are.
life? So maybe having less children.
Like mum had me in her early 20s. Obviously, you had your kids
Very early, yeah.
Like people are getting married later. Like
Yeah.
people are getting married in
Well,
their
look, Lizzie and I were
mid-late
30
30s.
before, or 29 I think Lizzie was when we had the first one, which is historically very late. You know, in terms of biology and everything is quite late.
Yeah. And if you'd done the traditional of like getting married, doing all that before you had kids, then you would have, been
I've
that
been married
older.
before, remember?
Yeah.
You
I
could
did it in the right
shake
order.
off.
I did it in the right order. Aye. I did the right thing, get divorced before I had the kids.
Yeah.
That's the awkward one. Sorry if anybody's a broken home. It's just, that's the other thing. A lot of that, split things. I think as well, so everybody's so worried about the world. And they think the world's this terrible place.
And
it's
they
like,
don't
why
wanna
would you
bring people
kids?
into- yeah.
Aye, it's like, what futures, everybody's looking to the future now and it's not looking that exciting.
No.
I think that's a big factor.
Do you want to bring people into that to have something that might not be there in the... Yeah.
But again, it comes back to soft people as well. Folk don't want to do, like...
Hard
what's
work.
it, too posh to push.
Too posh.
No, that's
Oh,
not
stop
cesareans,
that. I
that's
had 3
cesareans.
cesareans.
Aye, that's sorry. I was thinking that
I
was
am
no
not
kids.
backing you up on that, Cammy.
Yeah,
You crack on down that road, my son.
Sorry, I was thinking that was no kids. That is cesareans. You're right. That's a different thing. But yeah, I wonder if some people are just like, oh, it's just hard. Like, life's great. We've got money.
Yeah.
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 Like, yeah. It's like, and actually...
And no family businesses.
It's a
There's
bit
hardly
like-
any
it's a bit-
family
it's a bit
That's
like-
businesses.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, less families. It's a bit like getting on the plane today. I've got on the plane today with a little bag because I thought I can't not take some sort of bag, but I didn't have to think about anything else. I haven't had to think about 5 passports, where there are kids. I mean, I say I've got to think about what the kids have got. Annie's packed the clothes for the kids because, frankly, I would not be qualified for that. But like normally, I'm there with 3 trunkies, 2 children in a buggy, 1 children sat on the front of the buggy. Like, life was easy today. I literally arrived at the airport, sat waiting for Soph. Soph turns up. We go through security. Didn't even have to didn't have to try and get a child to go through security. Didn't want to. Like, stuff like that. It's like, well, that was a dream. Wasn't that
Yeah,
joy?
that was easy.
Wasn't that joy?
Yeah.
You were going to be a little bit late. If I'd had 3 children with me, and we were like, oh,
Nightmare.
Jesus Christ, got to entertain them in the airport for half an hour. Actually, we sat there, we had a coffee. Job's a good one.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
a big argument for kids, is it not that when you get old?
What,
to
someone
look
to look
after
after
you.
you.
Aye.
Yeah. 2 girls, 1 boy.
Well, that's why we would have went again if we had another boy. Like I was like, need to have a girl to look after.
Yeah.
Someone to look
Maybe
after.
also look after their old dad when he's when he's old and buggered.
Yeah.
Like the boys just shove you at the road and like let me get on
I
with
feel
it,
like
Dad.
I'm getting to that with my dad now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my brother's like, it's over to you, Soph. I'm like,
Yeah, and it's again maybe that's
My dad's 90. My dad's 90 this year. You think?
yeah,
My old
I
man-
don't care.
My old man's 90 this year. All of my sisters live in the different continents, so they're like, "See you later." Cheers. Mum's like,
One
"Yeah, your
solution.
father's coming down in the mule." I was like, "Here he comes. He'll
Yes, your
love.
dad's
He'll love
90,
this, isn't he?
is he?
He'll listen. He'll listen as well. He's great. Yeah, he'll be 90 this year. He loves it when I mention his age. Really loves it.
90 is good effort.
90 this year. It's good effort. Yeah, and he's as he says to anybody that'll listen. He annoys me on a regular basis, loves it. And if he WhatsApps me, it's amazing. So he WhatsApp me, learned emojis 2 years ago, loves them. Doesn't know what they all mean, but loves them. If he WhatsApps me, he'll WhatsApp me once, and then 30 seconds later, roughly, he'll WhatsApp me again. And if I haven't replied, immediately he rings. I'm like, Dad,
So
he's
good.
like, did you see my message? I was like, you sent it. I haven't even had a chance to put my phone up. And I have my phone in my hand most of the time. Like,
know.
I haven't
My
had a chance.
dad's
I've
so
seen your
good.
message. And then obviously now he knows what the blue ticks mean on WhatsApp. So he's like, you haven't read my message. I was like, I know, because I saw it. It was completely irrelevant to my day. So I've carried on my life. He was like, well, I need the weather records. I was like, then, Dad, I've just got quite a few other things to be doing. But I need to know what the rainfall was in November. I'm like, I will do it at some point. And then I'll go down and pick Mum up to go somewhere. And he'll be like, have you bought the rainfall records? No, Dad, I haven't. I'm trying to get somewhere. Bless him.
That's class. So
My
That's
dad,
awesome.
my dad is my biggest fan.
Is
Because
he? Wait, is
he's
your
on his
dad?
own. He's 70 this year.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's been without mum for 7 years. So he's like really like not at all reliant on us, but he comes on holiday with us. You know, he does.
Aye, good.
We do stuff with
Still
him.
quite fit.
Oh, very like people wouldn't think he's 70. Yeah, absolutely. Retired like 7 years ago. So he's pretty
From
helpful.
doing
Stuff in Africa.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that in your LinkedIn.
It was a good stuff in Africa.
Right, stuff in Africa.
Episode 2.
Don't tell
Stuff
us.
in Africa.
You maybe already know it, Spills it. I don't know, what was the stuff in Africa that Sophie's dad was doing?
Something to do with water.
Okay. We think he was digging wells in Africa. You
No.
think that Sophie's embarrassed to say that her dad did wells
think she's
in
Stuff in
Africa?
embarrassed.
Africa. No.
I don't think she's embarrassed.
Oh, it's secret.
No, I think it's
Very
quite
secret.
big. I think it's big.
Yeah,
The-
but I don't think
then
water's
even
secret.
if I tell you the job title, it could mean it's like ops manager, collateral management.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, what?
There you go.
Collateral
So,
Management.
so it's not water. You've got to think it's got to be
Danger,
something either
something bad.
well something
Anything in West
government-based-
Africa- anything in West Africa is
government based
Yeah.
Bad.
dodge.
Dodgy.
collateral
Nigeria was the
management,
biggest
so
client.
limiting the damage
Yeah, but
from
that was
big
that.
things that happen.
So what was the job? What was he doing?
Limiting.
He was
Correct.
He was
Okay.
basically limiting theft.
I think he was. I don't tell us. No. Is that what he was doing?
Theft.
A little bit.
Okay.
Little bit.
I was going to say he was an interpreter for Boko Haram,
He does speak a lot of languages, but that is not.
but that wasn't the job.
No.
No,
You want me to tell
I
you?
reckon it's something to do with blood diamonds out of South Africa.
No,
No.
Yet running security for the mines.
I mean, if you met him with security, it's hilarious. He's so soft. His hands.
No, but he was the boss.
No,
he didn't do the.
He didn't do that.
The heavy
bit.
lifting.
Yeah. So a bank.
You don't
lends,
have to tell
No,
him.
no,
Can I
I'm
say
going to tell
if-
you.
yeah, okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
But it's a bank lends money to a farmer in Africa. To release the loan, they have to pay it back. So they manage the stock. So the business they had, Drum Commodities, managed the stock and released it back to the bank. So they had people on the ground making sure the stock wasn't sold to someone else. So it had to be sold and then paid directly back. But there was a lot of money out the back door. It was proper. Nigeria is the biggest country. Lagos, real.
Yeah.
10 years. we
Yeah.
Did, there,
Did you
yeah.
hear that stat about by 2050, 1 in 10 people born in the world will be Nigerian?
Yeah, it's a crazy place.
Really?
Arla have a farm there. It's
do they?
Yeah,
Arla
mental.
do?
Yeah, Arla have a farm there.
Do they? Aye?
Yeah. Toss 10 grand, send some person there. Yeah.
We send a bit of foreign aid over that way as well, and I agree with it, like the foreign aid to Africa thing. I've spoken about this before, is because this climate migration is an absolute thing, and it's not about coming for jobs or anything. It's about you literally dying or you move, the James Hutton Institute we have up here, who do crops and other things, they're working on drought-resistant potatoes and other crops just to keep the people there. Because if they can't grow anything,
Well, no, they've got to move, haven't they?
and it doesn't matter what you do at the borders, if it's life or death, they're coming over. There's nothing you can do. So that's, I'm all for putting a bit of money into that. But interesting, I've got Arla have a dairy farm there.
Yeah, they do.
A big dairy outfit, massive.
I think it's the biggest commercial one there. It's about 200 cows. Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, they're a lot of small.
But they've got more security than they have members of staff.
And what's the average family size in Nigeria?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's like 6
Is
or
it
7.
crazy
Very religious.
compared to? Is it really?
Yeah. Big Christian.
What Christian?
Chri-
Yeah, I was going
no,
to say
but Muslim
Christian
as well, I think. but
Muslim and Christian. Yeah.
Because English is one of the languages, is it?
Yeah, they do speak, and then they've got lots of sub languages. They don't all speak the same language.
Afrikaans and- yeah.
But Lagos is actually the biggest capital of the world, like population wise, but because
In the
people,
world or in
yeah,
Africa?
yeah, but no, in the world.
In the
but
world?
Dad said it's because they can't measure them, like that it's not announced. But he said it is definitely the biggest because there's just so
Bigger
many.
than
Like,
Beijing.
oh yeah,
No,
like,
Tokyo's the biggest. Sorry.
Literally, they
Isn't
just
Buenos
build anywhere.
Buenos Aires isn't.
No, BA's. No,
No, sorry, no. What's Brazil? What capital of Brazil? It's not BA. That's Argentina.
Rio.
Isn't that massive?
Rio is. And how do you count that? A lot of favelas and stuff. But
Yeah, well,
maybe
this
we're
is the
just
thing.
stereotyping here.
People
but
just literally
we're
build, like
just-
dump rubbish and build on top of it. Like it's like Dad said, it's just chaos.
in
Lagos,
Lagos.
yeah, Lagos is
okay.
mental.
Because Nigeria is 500 million people, is it? Or
I thought it's more than that now. It's crazy.
could be that. That is the talk that 1 in 10 people born will be Nigerian.
I want to go.
and-
Like, I said to Dad, I want to go, and he was like, "No, it's not a place
Dangerous,
for you."
eh?
It's like
Yeah.
holiday next
Not
year's
for
holiday.
You, like,
Next year's holiday.
you know, white and young.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Young, I'll take that.
We went to Kenya. My sister, my sisters all live abroad. One lives in Costa Rica, one lives in Kefalonia in Greece, and my little sister lives in Kenya. And the biggest slum in Kenya, I can't remember the name of it, as we drove out of the airport to go to her house. On the left, I was like, what are these high rises on the left hand side? The slums on the right, the high rises on the left. And she was like, oh yeah, the government they want to get people out of slums, so they built these high rise council houses. But everyone loves living in the slum, so now they rent their council house out to somebody else, and they still live in the slum because they're making money out. They're making coin from the council house they've been given, renting it out, and still living where they were. There's initiative there. Like there's proper initiative there.
Yeah. No, it's you're just back from Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya just before Christmas. Yeah.
But
just
you'd go to
before
the
Christmas.
touristy bits mainly.
Yeah. Well, I was chatting to you in Kenya,
That's
very,
right.
very hot and very sweaty. Whilst you very kindly were hosting for me, and then suddenly there we were because Sophie was having slight Wi-Fi issues, which Ben is still stressed about today. So
He's lost hair over that.
we've been out there for a week. Amazing. Like, I've never been out to, and also for my children to see where their cousins live. Like they always hear that Freya and
course.
Ollie live in Kenya, but they got no idea what it means.
Yeah,
and also
yeah.
like you were saying in the flight on the way up, like for our kids to experience something different. So my children grow up in rural Herefordshire, and they see probably 2 black people ever in their lives. To go out to Kenya and actually see that there's other people around. There was a guy, Askari, who's the security guard, was called Commander with a bow and arrow. Harry woke up the first night, so a split level house down on the coast, Airbnb. Harry woke up the first night, the kids were in the middle floor, we were downstairs. Comes out onto the balcony, bless him, he's 3.5, and quite a nervous little boy. Like he comes out onto the balcony trying to find where mummy and daddy are. We're downstairs, fast asleep. We've had a long flight. And Commander, who's the Askari, is dressed in full tribal gear with a bow and arrow. And we woke up to this man knocking on the door, which was him, and going, "It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. Don't cry." And Harry is there like, what the hell? Where have I come? Anyway, next morning comes downstairs, meets him. And the Commander was like, yes, I met you last night. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, if I meet you in the night, I ask you one question. And we were like, all of us were enthralled, like old Stuart Small. He's like, I ask you, who are you? And if you don't answer, then he just gets his bow and arrow and just launches it into a tree. And he's like, if you do not answer in 10 seconds, puts this bow and then Harry's face was just there like, that's so cool. And this arrow has gone straight into this tree and he's like pulling it back out again. But like for my kids, like to completely eye-opening.
culture.
Completely
yeah.
culture
Totally.
shock to them. It was awesome.
Kenya was part of the British Empire at some time, was it? Did we take all their stuff as well?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
We took most people's stuff, didn't
Most people's stuff. I don't know if I ever did like
a
Nigeria,
big
but the fact
expat.
they have an English, they speak English.
we? Yeah,
maybe
and
we
there's a
probably did.
there's a massive expat community, hence my sister lives out there. So her father-in-law moved out there years ago, and so they live in the same umbrella as that. So she's a maths teacher.
Quite affluent Kenya, is it?
Yeah, I think but same as all those African countries, bits and bits. Like there is, it's less.
Iona's
secure.
going to Africa next month.
Oh, where are you
Ooh,
going?
where are you going?
Morocco.
Oh, nice.
Counts.
Okay,
It does
very
count.
good. Yeah.
It does count,
It does
yeah.
count. Absolutely. I thought, yeah.
Basically Spain.
Yeah, it does count. Interestingly, did you see the African Cup of Nations thing? Morocco just lost that. I was forgetting when you were going there. I
Did you
forgot
see
that.
the penalty?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Mm,
the
what
whole
are you
thing was
doing?
ridiculous.
What
The
are you
team walking
doing?
off the pitch.
Yeah,
and
team
all
walking
that
off
was a
the
shambles.
pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But conscious of time here, we're rattling on. We're going to. I think we should finish with just saying, for the farming side of things, what the future is. If we start with you, Ali, what's the future on the farm?
future on the farm for me is be more positive, and also I am fed up of growing stuff that people don't want. So I want to change the way that we farm to grow something and add value to, a bit like doing your own sheep, bit like sort of maybe changing milk into something like. I want to grow something that I can add value to, because I think as a 500-acre tenanted farm, commodity cropping is at the end of its tether.
Okay, and you don't see that changing anytime soon?
No, because I think economies of scale are only getting bigger, especially on the cereals side. Like you look at PX Farms, like the acreage that he's farming now, 15,000 acres, doing basically what we're doing, but over a larger scale.
Should we be promoting PX Farms and holding them up?
No, I think James does an incredible job. I genuinely do. I think
But do you think that's good for farming, for family farm?
The way I see farming going is more big farms. I think that's the way, and whether that's contract farming agreements with smaller farms going actually, and something that we'd like to do, like something that I'd like to do actually, is a share farming agreement with somebody young that wants to do sheep, because sheep would work really well on our farm. I hate sheep. However, we've got the land and we've also got access to capital. Somebody young and keen that wanted to do sheep, I pay them hourly, or we have a profit share or some sort of share farming agreement where basically I can have the sheep done without me having to do the damn sheep.
I'm sure you get people
and
for
there's enough young people, and I think that's really important to encourage people to. I think that's a lot of what we've talked around, is that actually getting into ag is difficult. It's possible, like first time farmers, like you both, it's possible, but it's difficult, and you've got to have a severe amount of drive and the gonads, frankly, to borrow the money to do it. Whereas actually, if you can offer more share farming type stuff where you can get people in where they don't have to, so that they can end up owning either some sheep or some cows, or just having capital, equity, exactly. And then they can go on to do something a little bit like the old council farm method used to be, where you started with the council farm and then you moved on. The problem was with that, no one ever moved on, because they were almost actually quite cushy. Thanks very much. So that's something I'd like to do, and I'd also like to value, and I also want to refocus on what it is that I enjoy, which is people. And I'm good at people. Like I'm not very good at a lot of things, but I'm good with people, and I enjoy having them. And we were having this chat the other day, I think at New Year, like some people, their social cup is filled by other people, and mine is completely that. Like went to Lamma Show. I saw you at 3 Counties. Like I am completely filled when I have been out with people, and other people actually it draws energy away from them. And I've realised that I work on my own a lot. We work in partnership with our neighbouring farmer, which is something that is really key. Like without that, without this collaboration that we've been doing for 20 years, we'd be stuffed, I think. Like we share kit, we share labour, we share thoughts as well. Like I speak to Pete on a daily basis, and we whinge and we rant and everything else. But it's so important for I'm very lucky with my mental health. It's very stable. I'm pretty jolly, but it's just that collaboration and also working out what it is we want to do, but showing. I want to carry on being positive. I hate being miserable. I really hate it. I'm not good at it, and I have been miserable for the last 12 months.
There's a limit. Yeah, there's a limit.
There's a limit.
You're just losing money.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that for me,
if you're too positive in those, you're just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's the definition of
insanity.
Insanity is doing the same thing again and expecting a different response. So growing arable crops on an increasingly vulnerable climate is something that I think is at its end. We could go back more intensive. We could go back into potatoes. Don't particularly want to do that. I like the way that we're farming. I like this actually integration with the environment. We're in the Wye Valley. We've got our own issues with chicken poo and bits and bobs like that. Like we're in the news a lot. So I think, something for me is in tying that all in and enabling me to do other stuff as well. I really like this podcast for me has been a complete game changer. I was in a position where I was already been talking to Tom Pemberton, and I was like, how do I do YouTube? Like, how do I do it? Do you think I could do it? And actually it requires a lot of work, as you will attest to, and editing skills that I don't have, which I could get. I'm pretty computer literate, but actually this podcast has just come at the right time where it gives me another outlet. It means that I'm learning about stuff. I blooming love it.
Conversation is the best.
Oh, isn't it? Isn't it? But isn't it?
Yeah.
I will get back on the plane, and Annie will see me tonight. She's like, how was it? I'll be like, it was just lovely. Like, it's just really nice to meet people. And also, otherwise it gets a bit dull if you do the same thing day in, day out.
Yeah, the variety is good.
So variety of the farm, and as I get older, which I am increasingly, you value the farm differently. I value now, like with the glamping particularly, I value the intrinsic value of the farm as much as I do the land asset. And actually, the land is what's holding me back almost, because I'm not producing what I should be producing on it. So for me, it's trying to not be stupid, but the farm will always be my bread and butter, and it will always bring an income in, but I can do it better. And in the last 5 years, I've probably, with the kids as well, I was really keen, and that's something we haven't talked about, but like my old man, so he's got second litter, like he missed a lot of his first 2 children growing up because he was working so hard. And his big thing has been like, and he made sure with us that he didn't do that. He was at every rugby match I played, every lacrosse match that my sister played. Like he was there every single time, and he's very keen on being like, you make sure you do that, because they are young once, and then if you miss that, you don't get another chance. And that's something that you only get because he was older. So this last 5 years, I've been watching the kids grow up, and I have probably not pushed on as much as I should have done or could have done. But I don't regret it.
You won't regret it.
I'll never
No,
regret
100%.
it. But now we're in this next 5 years where the kids are a bit more, they can wipe their own arses, frankly.
So dream, mate. That's the dream.
Which is the
Some of
dream.
us dream.
We're out of
That's
nappies.
literally
Like
the
this
dream.
is the dream situation. We're out of nappies. And actually, Annie and I had that. And that's the thing about having kids and like this whole working with your other half as well. Like we're together the whole time. Like a lot of husbands and wives, they'll see each other in the evening, but we are together the whole time. We see each other probably 12 hours a day. Like it really brings you together because now we're both intrinsically linked to making sure that whatever we do is successful. And actually it's bound us to make sure that we change the way that we do things to make sure that the kids have got something in the future as well. That was a really long rambling answer.
No, I like it. I like the passion. I like the
This is
passion.
what, so Sophie, can I just say now Sophie would normally be like, so I talk too much, as you'll have all appreciated. So in
can't
the podcast,
talk too much in a podcast.
Sophie does this with her nose if I'm talking too much to get me to shut up, because obviously we're remote, so I can't pick up on her being like.
Yes. That's clever. I wonder what you're doing there.
Yeah.
She's also heard this. She's heard this line.
Yeah.
She's heard me being miserable about farming about 1,800 times now. So she's like, Jesus
That's
Christ,
what I was
give it a rest.
Well, that's like when I start going politics. It's like, don't start.
She said it in the car.
It's like, see if we're going to start talking about this bus. What happened to that 350 million a week to the NHS?
Right, Sophie, what is your future?
Buy a farm.
Yeah.
Just want to buy a farm.
How much
keep
is land down
growing. Depends on what you're buying. Probably talking £12,000 an acre, 15,000 probably.
Okay.
But it depends, whether we want to buy a dairy farm or whether we go smaller and something we can just live on and then run the other dairies. I think just keep growing the business. I want to grow the business, grow the people through the business. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hand something decent. You know, if Harry wants to do it, then
So you take on another dairy farm if it comes up?
Oh, absolutely. We're not done. Yeah, we're always looking at something.
Sky's the limit. An interesting one, just like to definitely wrap up. You mentioned that you see farms getting bigger and bigger. I mean, that in itself is a good chance of that, which means less family farms. And I agree with you. I think it's the way it's going to go. But is there an argument that inheritance tax was the saviour of the family farm?
What, the change in it, or was the inheritance tax?
Having an inheritance tax, it was far too low anyway. But having a tax on
meant things didn't get too big.
Yeah. So anything over 5 million now, 5 million's a good farm.
But it's not viable. Like, that's the thing, is the viability of that farm, like we were talking about earlier. Like dairy, it sort of knocks dairy out. Like, you need 3 million, a decent, to be able to make the returns, you need really 3 million. Like, farm wouldn't be.
Assets.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And then the cows and on top,
I think
it's
that's
just
the problem when you add the cows. You put 5 million with dairy farms.
It's literally the
Well,
base.
I think that's the problem, is that actually it's not so much the value of the land. The asset value of the land, okay, is a big part towards it. But if
you have
you're in
1,000
dairy,
cows,
suddenly you've got £1 million worth of cows on top of your 3 million worth of farm. Like, and actually we're tenants, but Dad's bought bits and bobs over the time, and we've got little bits of land. I think we own about 15, maybe 20 acres now. We bought like little pockets, and that. So we spoke to our accountant when it all came out a year ago November, and he was like, yeah, you're all right, but you're not as all right as you think you should be, considering, because actually if they come at the wrong time and we've got all the grain in the shed and all the fertilizer and everything, like all the business assets as well,
the stuff,
combined tractors, like a new one of my tractors is 270,000 if you want a brand spanking new one.
Yeah.
Right, so actually we've probably got, even on our second-hand stuff that we've probably got £500,000 worth of tractor. And actually, I look at that and being like, that's a flipping waste of time having sat in a shed, isn't it? Probably it's quite a lot of dairy cows, isn't it?
7% interest on that.
Exactly. Yeah, so
£5,000 a year.
But actually, so even as a 500-acre tenant owning 20 acres of land, we were not as safe as we should have been, like in terms of that. But I wonder whether it is. But I think when I say that farms are going to grow, I think businesses, businesses will grow. So they won't actually necessarily increase the asset size, but the contract farming agreements, I think, will become massive, because keep your farm within that, basically that £5 million cap now. The other thing, I know we're going to wrap this up, but I don't understand why marriage should be so important in 2026. I'm a very happily married man. I stand by the belief of marriage in total, but we don't live in the 1600s where marriage was everything now. Like the fact that somebody that's had their other half die, or somebody that isn't married because they've got divorced for whatever reason, only gets 2.5 million. I don't understand. I don't get that. That's the bit I don't get. I don't understand why marriage should be as important as it used to be in terms of inheritance.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, and it's a fit. What are your pronouns, mate? Sorry, I forgot to ask you. If you can get all like that with me. Like, the only caveat to that could be is, how do you differentiate somebody that's at the con and somebody that's genuine?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You know, it's like, oh, well, actually, I think
there has to be some legal standpoint.
I think you'll find we have 5 million of allowance, because actually Iona and I have been in a relationship for so long.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No
There is
proof.
that. Yeah.
There's no everybody would all of a sudden have
be
a
married.
partner.
Yeah.
And you can marry whoever you want, can't you? So it's absolutely.
Whereas
your dog.
Whereas being married before they've, it'd be easy to come out the woodwork after and say, actually, we've been in a relationship,
And there is a lot
secretly for 2 years. So Iona gets 2.5 million. I get 2.5 million.
And there is a lot of law that protects marriage as well, isn't there? So
there's other tax things as well.
Absolutely.
And that marriage thing, it shows that commitment.
Yeah.
And
I think
it's
you're right.
proof, it's evidence that
You can't then identify as a Cocker Spaniel and marry your Cocker Spaniel, can you? And then be like, I've got 5 million quid, thanks very much.
Not yet, you can't know, mate. But the way the world's going,
It's coming.
just you watch this.
And that's a great place to end.
Anyway, on that note, guys, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for joining up. Do check out Meet the Farmers podcast, The Big Debate. And there's loads of Meet the Farmers podcasts actually before you guys were even there. So lots of good
Ben's
stuff
been
on
going
there.
for a while.
He's a good lad.
He's a good lad.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And we are back. Thank you to Ali and Sophie. Great chat.
Yeah, really good folk.
Yeah, I tried to steer that. I love a wee politics chat. Interestingly, like, so I, like many of us, I look at Facebook. Sorry, we want to say more. I should say more. Like, check out Meet the Farmers podcast.
Definitely, they're great.
They're just salt of the earth, they're just good folk.
Like, before I was going to get them at the airport, and I was thinking, God, like an hour in the car with people I don't know, but it literally went by in a flash.
Well, I mean, I've known Ali for years, just through speaking on, like, I met him at a couple of shows and stuff, but he is absolute salt of the earth.
Yeah, just good folk.
Like, I just love that. I will admit, I don't know Sophie as well, just really what we've spoke there, but like with Ali as well, like, he doesn't sell his soul for like clicks or anything like that. He's just an honest farmer, that a good family man, and he's posh as hell, but he's just really nice. I have a lot of time for him, so do check those guys out. So interesting thing I was going to say, we talk about politics and different stuff there, and this week the thing that's annoying me is halal.
Right.
It's all this everybody talks about halal. Why don't they say kosher?
Right. Okay.
This is my rant. This like 88% of halal is stunned.
Right.
There's 2 things that annoy me this week, right?
Watch the time.
I'm not going to be able to get time to get into it, but I'll quickly do it right, and then we can talk about it another time. 88% of halal is stunned. All halal in Scotland is stunned. Anything slaughtered in Scotland is stunned.
Okay.
All of it. There is no kosher slaughter in Scotland.
Okay.
But we have this thing, we always talk about halal. Why don't we always... It should be kosher, we mention, because all of kosher is unstunned.
Okay.
But we have this mad thing about halal.
Yeah.
When actually 88... And only ones, as far as I can see, the only ones that aren't stunning are really niche Muslim-run butchers. Where it will be an Arabic name or whatever of the butcher. Like, it's quite clear it's a Muslim butchers, and they do it the traditional halal method. But 100% of kosher slaughtered animals for the Jewish community are not stunned. But we're always going about halal.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you on that.
And to me, it's a racism thing. Like, and also what's annoying me is this Scottish government thing. I know I've literally got 1 minute here. Is this not Scottish government? It's this government thing about going after castration of lambs.
Yes.
Right now, here's my take on it. There's always 2 companies that are mentioned in every article about this.
Okay.
There's 2 companies mentioned. You all know who they are, that are pushing alternative methods for castration. Nobody's talking about this except them.
Money making.
I think they are lobbying at government and pushing. Controversial, I know, and I'm going to upset some people there. It doesn't make sense to me. Why are ministers, when they've got everything on their plate, mentioning lamb castration?
Yeah, so true.
Right? And the final thought on it is bloody hypocritical that they are going to change the legislation. Bear in mind, we already can use anaesthetic. Like, we anaesthetise, numb all our lambs in rubber bands. I want to ban this rubber band thing. We already do that here in Scotland, and with all ours get anaesthetising the testicles and they stand and they're no bother. But they're targeting legislation on that when, back to my earlier point, you can still run a knife across a live animal's throat because of religion. How mad's that?
Yeah, no, it is mad.
So a lamb that's getting a potential wee bit of discomfort,
Yep.
right?
Short term.
They're chasing after that, right? For
When-
legislation.
yeah.
When you can put an animal, hold an animal and run a knife across its throat
Yeah.
while it's alive,
Yep.
and that's okay.
No, I hear you.
That's okay.
Yep.
But
Good points.
the other one isn't. It's
Yep.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. And I say it here at the tail end of this podcast. Sorry, Ali, and they love it, the big farm debate, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I say it at the tail end of this podcast because only the clever folk are still listening.
Or those willing to learn.
Or and don't say you're learning. Criticise me. I'll see it in the comments.
Yes.
I've been
Thank you,
Cammy.
Crystalyx and Hairdwatch.
Yeah, thanks, Crystal and Headwatch. Sorry for associating with me in my rants. I've been Cammy,
I've been Iona.
and we're all
Fed by farmers.